This podcast may contain offensive content. You have been warned. Hello, and welcome to the Diecast podcast. I am your host and DM, Johnny. We are a live play 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons podcast. We are currently running through Waterdeep Dragon Heist. We are on episode 3, and just to go quickly over the basics of it, the group recovered Floon, they made friends with Volo, and acquired a new house up in the North Ward. We'll just jump right into it. You can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. Please give us a follow. And on any app that plays a podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify. And please subscribe. Please give us a review and rating. It helps us out a lot. It helps us out more than you can think. We really appreciate if you do. You can also find us on our own website at www.flyinglizardstudio.com. And we are now on YouTube. You can find us at YouTube/Diecast Podcast. We're putting up episodes. You can listen to it in the background if you wish. If you miss an episode, you can catch right up real easy. And I think that's just going to be it. Let's just jump right in. New house, new alley, new adventures to behold. Let's see what the trio get up to. And I will see you at the break. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Diecast Podcast, Season 5. I almost said Tomb of Annihilation, but is in fact Waterdeep Dragon Heist, Episode 3, as we have our wonderful cast back. To my left, the hero of Trollskull Alley, I guess. We'll find out.
We will.
Miles, who is playing Waywocket.
Hello.
And across the table from me, Dark Elf by nature, Dark Elf by character.
Ooh.
I like it.
Is Steph.
Hello.
And with me, as always, is sent from the heavens to befuddle and confuse us all, is Adam playing Yozev.
Hello.
Yeah, so our last session, we had everybody down in the sewers looking for the Xanathar's Guild hideout, where you're looking for Floon, a man with a smile so marvelous that dentists give him awards. You busted into their underground sanctum, talked your way in and out of a lot of fights, saw an Illithid, saw an Intellect Devourer, and a half-orc wizard who you did some combats with. You were still banged up from the previous fight with the Kenku, but you managed to find and save Floon and bring him back to the Yawning Portal. And Volo was so impressed with you, and even though he didn't have the money to pay you, he had the lease to a house or an old inn from Trollskull Alley. So we will bring you back to the Yawning Portal, where the crowd has died down quite a bit. I do have a handout for you.
Ooh.
As you see these familiar faces, you've seen some of them before the fight broke out. All playing instruments, hanging out, drinking, as Volo and Raynar takes Floon back to his house to recuperate and recover from his ordeal with the Xanathar's Guild. But you do notice that there are some heads and eyes turned in your direction, as they seem to have noticed that it is these 3 plucky adventurers who have kind of struck a blow against the Xanathars and has not gone unnoticed. So Volo is there with the deed in front of you. He's like, well, this is the deed to an old tavern that I came into possession of. This is the best way I can think to pay you. And yeah, it is absolutely yours. It's whatever condition it is in, that is what it is in. But thank you so much for finding my friend. I can't say thank you enough times. If you need an autograph, I'll be happy to provide you at minimal cost. And if you require to be a footnote in my upcoming book, Spirits and Specters, then I can reference you that way. But there is a consultation fee that you will have to pay me. But that is, if you need me for anything else, or if you need to meet any of the higher up, I am well connected. I'm very well connected in Waterhavian society. So if you need to talk to, like the high the high unmasked water lord, I know her quite well. We're kind of friends. I don't want to brag, but I'm going to brag that we know each other. So here are the directions to Trollskull Alley. You're up in the North Ward. It's kind of like a middle class. You're not the worst. You're not the best, but you're doing all right.
Look, Follow, I don't want to look a gift in the mouth, but why wouldn't you just sell this place to give us the money?
I gotta go. Bye!
Oh. It must be a real fixer-upper. That's the one thing I can think of.
I mean, I'll take it.
Property's meaningless. What about our money?
Well, good news. We can maybe make money out of the property. I have been thinking about opening my new store. I have, been selling things off of my mule, Fablin. We have a cart. We go down. Of course, Yozev knows all about this as my hype man. And maybe we could open some kind of place in this inn.
It did feel foolish standing beside a mule.
Yeah, well, I mean, the mule'll still be involved. Fablin is coming with us. And Alvin will be so happy not to sleep in the inn anymore.
You think he's gonna sleep with the mule?
Oh, no. I mean, he takes very good care of Fablin, but they don't. That's he would be very upset at the implication.
You do notice that the deed is for something called Trollskull Manor, and it looks to be one of the most prominent and biggest buildings in Trollskull Alley.
Is it haunted?
That's a very good question. He was working on a book about specters and ghouls. It could be very well haunted. Have you noticed that, all these people keep on looking at us with some kind of something?
Everyone looks at me all the time.
That is true. You're very... Yeah. You also have a smile a dentist could give an award to.
Actually, Yozev, give me a perception check.
3.
3?
I'm just staring around.
Yeah.
Waving, smiling.
It's at no one in particular, but you feel the looks and you're not concerned about them. You're not concerned about any individuals. You're just more concerned about appeasing the masses.
Why disguise these eyes?
Yeah, but they seem to be giving you some looksies. No one in particular catches your attention, but they all seem to be. It seems to be the hubbub going around the yawning portal is that it's the first time someone outside of the knife and the Zentrim have struck a blow against the Xanathar's Guild.
Well, then I'm just going to bumble forward and lift my glass and say, people of the yawning portal, we've noticed that you're paying attention to us and impressed by our valor, our bravery, and in my case, our sheer beauty. We are adventurers. We've just completed a quest. We've struck a blow against someone. We're involved in the whole thing, and we'll do it all again for wonderful things such as money, sex, glory, and not shitty things like buildings and stuff.
We can sign autographs for a minimal reward.
A pittance.
Mm-hmm. Give me a persuasion check, Yozev.
15.
Woo!
A pittance.
You definitely see a couple heads nod, a couple here, yeah, and
they're feeling it. They're feeling it.
You see a couple people scribbling down. You hear hear off this and say, "Hey, where can we find you guys?"
Just give all your problems to our business manager here.
I'm more than just the business manager, but yes, you can find us at the Trollskull Alley, the manor there. We'll be opening shop very soon once we get a proper appraisal of the place. You do hear kind of not more of a rumble than a roar of laughter and chuckling when you say Trollskull Manor. I definitely stepped in it here.
We inherited something that was definitely haunted.
You were right, Waywocket. They'll come to our building and give us money. And sex.
Yeah, don't get ahead of yourself there.
I'm very confident again.
Well, I guess let's find out what our new place looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of curious also about why these people are potentially laughing at our new home.
Yeah, I'm very concerned now. It's like just infested with bats or something.
Yeah. Dude, can we ask somebody like
Sure, give me an investigation check.
D20?
Yeah, correct.
16
Ooh.
minus 1?
Yeah,
15.
yeah,
15. You know that Dernan, the owner and proprietor of the Yawning Portal, is probably your best answer because he's probably one of the oldest people in the bar and probably one of the most experienced people in the bar in all things Waterdeep.
And he loves us.
Yeah, well,
He's medium on us.
Hot and cold, hot and cold.
Sarcasm.
you did tank a bottle of wine that he was.
Invested in personally.
Saving his life.
Mm-hmm. So, can
He's
we
got-
ask Dernan some?
Yeah, you see him at the bar.
questions?
His brown mutton chops just kind of glistening in the light. He's just kind of scrubbing. Now he sees you, kind of raises an eyebrow as he sees Amalica approaching ever so quietly, and just kind of like looks at his wine rack, the empty space where that precious bottle was. Looks back at you and just kind of gives you a nod.
Okay, so just a quick question here. Curious, what you might know about a potential new property that we've inherited over at Trollskull
You're
Alley.
talking about the manor, yeah?
Hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's used to be a big famous tavern. Used to have a lot of parties. A lot of people come by back when the North Ward was more affluent. It's changed hands a couple of times. It's had no real permanent owner, but it has not been in operation for, I'd say, about a good 15 years.
So it's a bit of a fixer-up, you're saying.
Yeah, it's a fixer.
So what happened to the last owner?
I believe she sold it. She's a former adventurer and just decided to retire.
Like, did she sell it screaming? Did she like?
No. It was
Sell
totally,
it for-
she retired out to the country. You know, just it's better to have a retirement where you don't have to worry about the taxman coming your door, or assassins coming through your window.
How many assassins? Is the place cursed or?
Oh, I don't know. No one's been there in like 15 years.
It's got name recognition, you're saying.
It's got
though,
name
also.
recognition. People, when you say Trollskull Manor, people know it. But
All
it's
right, we can work with that. We can work with that.
it's been a while since anyone said that with any pride or esteem.
We can fix that by throwing one of these famous parties.
Mm-hmm.
A big opening party is a very smart idea, Yozev. First, we'll have to make sure it's proper set up. We have enough supplies. Supply chains working.
An admission fee.
Oh, a charge at the door can sometimes really help you cover your costs.
Waywocket, you know immediately when you start talking about fixer-uppers, you can think of instantly 6 or 7 guilds that have to be contacted and paid for to even think about doing work inside your own home.
All right, it's gonna cost us some money. We might have to do some additional mule cart selling to raise the money.
Okay.
Why don't we just go on a dangerous adventure like last time? It's very efficient.
Well, yeah, maybe we'll do that too. We'll get some quotes. We'll see what the guilds have to say, and we'll go from there. We'll see what comes along.
Yep.
I'm also exhausted. It's been a hell of a night,
That's true.
A lot has happened.
and my legs are very small. I have to take twice as many steps as you talls do.
So do you guys want to head up to check out your Trollskull Manor at night
Definitely.
in the winter of Waterdeep?
Yes.
I'm still hesitant that it's haunted, but let's do it.
Sure.
All right, so you head on up to the North Ward. The snowbanks and snowdrifts you notice as you go through the more affluent parts of the city, you notice that the streets are clear, the cobblestones are still up. The wind has died down a little bit, so it's kind of like a crisp cold instead of kind of like that windy cold that kind of like plow or pierces right through your clothing. And the street lamps are on, and there's this nice kind of Rockwellian glow to Waterdeep as you make your way north, and you come across to Trollskull Alley from the south side. I'm going to give you that map right there. You are T1, just so you see where you are,
T1. Oh, yeah, right here.
right in the middle.
Yeah, so we're coming from the south over here. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Boop, 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 boop. Yep.
And you see various other stores that have since closed for the night, but you can see what looks to be like a bookstore and a blacksmith and whatnot as you come across this turret of a tower hanging or attached to this large multi-story. It's very much a mansion in a manor surrounded by Waterdeep, with snow lightly falling off the roof. Everyone give me a perception check. It's in dim light, but you've got dark vision, so you're all good.
16.
9.
5.
So, Yozev, your sense of taste and level of luxury kind of kicks in as you look and you see there's a couple holes in the roof. The windows have been boarded up from the inside. It looks like weather has been seeping in. The front door seems to have kind of like an abandoned kind of like sash across the front of it, but it's like looks like it's been long worn away by the years and years of weather. And there's kind of a small hole right in the front door of it all.
Waywocket, I think this is what you call a real shithole.
It is what you call a real shithole, Yozev. And next time we see Volo, remind me to kick him in the shins.
Although, for some context, this is much better than my last home.
Did you have a home before?
I thought you lived in a hole.
I did.
This is it's definitely an improvement from a hole.
So, moving on and up.
In the order of the Pooh Bash, we just slept wherever and lived our own lives. This property is so real.
Would you rather sleep outside?
You see some snow come down on your shoulder.
I guess not.
Yeah, we might as well appraise the full damage here.
All right, the door is not locked.
That's not a great sign.
As you hear it, as you open it up, you see like this nice soft little glow of the streetlights come waiting. It's almost it feels colder inside this house than it does, or this manor than it does the outside. You can see a couple of beams of moonlight coming down from the ceiling, and just these little like tufts of snow and snowflakes just slowly dropping in. As you can see, furniture that has been decayed by weather. Some chairs are up on tables. Some furniture has canvas draperies over the top of them, and there's a fine layer of dust everywhere.
Well, the moonlight is nice.
Yeah, we're gonna have to fix that though.
Even the lowest of the order wouldn't sleep there. Even the ones who plucked out their eyes.
Wait, we'll get back to that later. So, I don't know if we can sleep here tonight, but I'm mostly worried about if someone else is already sleeping here, frankly.
It does have a fire hearth. You get the idea that if you can get the fire going, it'd be warming up. Like it'd take time, but it'd warm up for the night.
Oh, can I use prestidigitation to do that?
You absolutely can. Describe how you're using magic to light the fire in the hearth. And there does appear to be some old wood still. Essentially, just they left it as is.
Okay, so there's already some wood like on the fire, like it's essentially ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So Amalica heads over to the fireplace and just kind of like puts her hands kind of over it like you would, like you're warming your hands. And with that, starts a small fire with the wood that's there and coaxes it to become, to light the room and to give off some warmth so we're not,
It starts off as a small little flame and then kind of like blossoms out, and you can feel the heat and the warmth begin to radiate out, and the light begins to shine and glow out through the room. You can see that there are sconces with old torches or old lamps where people used to light, and that now that there's more light, you can actually see where you could probably light them up around the room and you've got kind of like a dim light going in here now. And if you light up the torches and the lamps, you'd probably get like a nice bright light. But you can feel the warmth immediately. Like this is a fire hearth that is meant to radiate heat out towards the rest of the manor.
It's already coming along. A little bit of light does a lot to brighten up a place.
Yeah.
I can probably use all the leftover furniture to feed that fire for a while too.
Yeah, a lot of this is going to be real, just throw it to the curbs.
Yeah, you do notice that the layer of frost that was everywhere and just begins to melt, and just this fine little layer of water now, just because dampness just phases through the manor.
We should get the rest of the torches lit and, make sure we're not, We're alone here. Let's hope we're alone.
Yeah, maybe let's check out the other floors as well.
All right. Do you want to go up to the 3rd floor?
Let's head upstairs.
Or I guess the 2nd floor.
Yeah,
The
second floor first. Yeah. Second floor, second.
Let me get on my maps so I can just follow along with you.
I'm also very curious about the basement. Does it have alcohol in it? Do we need to just stock that?
It's just full of drunken dwarves.
Yeah.
Who can
knows?
say?
Drunken rats?
Yes.
All
So I
right.
can talk to those rats.
You come up the stairs and you get into, you're in a common room right off the bat.
Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
What does this common room look like?
This common room looks like it's all the furniture has actually been moved out. There's kind of like just scraps of like fabric and pieces of wood on the ground. You're not sure what the wood used to be, but it just looks like it's very much like a university student moving out of their first apartment, just kind of like assortment bits of crap and garbage.
They didn't even paint the walls.
Now, you do notice that it's got kind of like a plaster and like natural wood finish to it, and there's lots of cracks in the plaster. You see some of the windows are just frosted over, but the windows look intact.
Yeah, that's not. This is something there. I think there's gonna be some pieces we can keep. It'll save us a few dollars. I mean, dragons.
Just a few.
And you do notice that there's a couple of doors, there's a den, and there's an open balcony that looks out onto the street as well.
Let's head over to the den.
You go over to the den. The den looks like it used to be kind of like a communal living area. You can see like bits of a library that used to be there, bits of a writing desk. As you go and check out all the books, the pages have long since faded and just almost like a wet mash, especially in the wintertime. And you notice that you do feel that chill of cold come in, and you kind of hear that high whistling of wind going through the glass as you see that this has been more exposed to the elements, more so. You kind of see like this mold and rot on the wall as well.
Ah, yikes.
More for the fire.
I'm not really usually for burning books, but when they're like this, you mean, what else can you do?
They're still having a purpose. They're just, not what was intended.
Fools buy properties and they think they last forever, but this will happen to all of them.
Well, not with proper upkeep, though, Yozev. I mean, if you maintain a house, it maintains value.
I'm going to leave the den and wander through the common room into the hall.
All right, you see a stairway that goes up and a door that leads to a spare room and a bedroom.
I'll check out that door.
You open the door, and it looks like very much like a spare bedroom. It looks like the remains of a cot or a bed are just kind of like mashed up and tossed in the corner. And yeah, that's all. This also opens out to a balcony. That there is no wind. There's no there's no chilling wind that comes through this one. It looks like this room is pretty well contained, pretty well sealed.
Did you find your new room there, Yozev?
There's nothing going on in here. It's just more decay. Seems like a bad place for a party.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do some work before the party.
If we had a party now, it's just gonna fall apart. It'll just come crashing down. It'll be nothing.
Ooh, maybe we could have like a chaos party where we all get naked and light the rooms on fire.
That sounds terrible.
I feel like I don't want that.
Yeah. You're not in charge of the party.
You guys are always voting against my chaos parties.
I mean we'll find the right place for that someday, but this is not it.
Diplomatic, I like it.
This is like the first time you brought up a chaos party also. But whatever, we'll go with it. What's on the 3rd floor?
Yeah, what's up there?
The 3rd floor, you see, it leads to there's the stairwell that comes up, and there's almost right across from this. So you come up from the 2nd floor, and then almost right across from the stairs come up. There's another set of staircase that goes up to the 4th floor.
Oh my god, this place is huge.
You do notice that there's a door that does say library and study, and one door that says master bedroom, and there's a couple of private baths as well.
Here's where the master slept. I'm going to open the door to the master bedroom.
You open up, and this place actually, you see the what's the bed with the poles, the canopy bed.
Oh yeah.
It looks like whatever the carpet was, or whatever the animal skin rug that was on the carpet looked like it used to be vibrant and beautiful, but it's just kind of like this wad of decayed fur and leather on the floor. You kind of get that musky smell to it. There's a mirror that's a little bit dusty, on the side. It looks like there's like desks and chairs. These, of all the things you've seen so far, it looks like the weather has affected this the least. And it's all, you can actually feel the warmth of the hearth that you lit downstairs warming up this floor already. Everyone give me a perception check.
It's 5 again.
10.
10?
16.
16. Yozev, as you look in the mirror and you kind of like rub away some of the dust, it's kind of cold to the touch. You kind of almost like see this like outline of a face go behind you, and you just hear, "Get out."
I don't want it.
Everyone, did you hear that?
No, what are you talking about?
An outline of a face told us to get out.
That's the worst thing you've ever said.
Worse than the chaos party.
Yeah, an invisible face told us to get out.
He wanted to burn the house down.
I mean, that's maybe a good plan right now.
Listen, he's not the only invisible face out here. Hey, you. What are you saying? Say it again.
Get.
He said it again.
Did we hear that this time?
Yes, you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
Well-
that's terrifying, right down to the bones.
Who are you? And do you have any money?
You see one of the pillars on the canopy bed kind of rattle a little bit, and then kind of the screws fall out, and the side of the bed just kind of not breaks but falls off and lands on the ground.
I just want to take this opportunity to say that I told you so.
Yeah,
I just
Yeah.
You said it almost immediately.
Yeah, we all agree at Amalica that you definitely called this, and it's a problem already.
can we make them an attraction for money?
I mean, this seems like a pretty angry ghost. Hey, are you a ghost or a specter?
There's no response.
He's not really a showman.
Do you like a party?
There's no response to that
Okay.
either.
Why do you want us to leave?
All you hear the same familiar whisper of, "Get out."
I mean, I don't really have a better place to go.
Yeah, listen, we're creatures. You're probably a ghost. You don't have property anymore, and we have a deed to this place. So finish up your ghostly business and
Move along.
get out.
Give me a persuasion check made with disadvantage.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll need a follow-up history check with that as well.
It's still 17.
Wow.
You
I'm
don't
very persuasive.
you don't hear any answer, but give me a history check as a follow-up.
Is it a regular roll or is
Yeah.
that disadvantage?
Just a regular roll.
History, that is a 16.
Yeah, so Waywocket, you know that Waterdeep is full of old houses and a lot of buildings, and that commonly a lot of them do have ghosts in them, and that they're usually the previous owners that just couldn't let go. They loved their place so much that they just, even on death, they stick around. Probably one of the most famous ones is the theater, the old theater manager of the main theater in Waterdeep is there as a host and as a stage manager of that. He's still active in the theater community, and he loved the theater so much that he still helps the show organize the shows. In fact, when you go into the theater, he's the ticket taker that you
Wow, he's really doing double duty.
yeah.
See, an
He loves
attraction.
He loves the theater that much.
Yeah, I feel like that makes ghosts kind of common, though. We're gonna have to need this ghost is really gonna need to step it up. So far, he's just whispering at us.
I mean,
Or
we
she.
could use a bartender.
Oh, are you the retired adventurer of this place?
You see one of the lamps inside the bedroom light up.
Is that a yes? Listen, ghost, life is meaningless. We are all just passing through on our way to the cold embrace of the Poobah Shaboo. Accept your fate and perhaps follow your own advice and get out. Can I do a persuasion check?
You can. It'll be at disadvantage though, unfortunately.
It's only a 9 that
Yeah.
time, yeah.
Well, roll again. You might get. I mean, actually, that would be probably maybe it'll be lower than that.
You may get a comically lower roll.
It's a
no, still
it's a 10.
You do notice that a chair is moved from the desk and is placed behind Amalica if Amalica ever wishes to sit down.
Well, now I just feel like maybe I should have a seat. It's a very polite ghost, so I mean, if it's offering me a chair, I'll have a seat.
You're very brave.
You sit down, the wood creaks. It shows its age. There's still some like frost and dust on it, but perfectly sittable chair.
All right,
There's one piece of good furniture here.
Yeah, that's great. I gotta go check out this light.
The torch
Yeah.
or the lamp? Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a different room.
It's in the bedroom.
It's the master bedroom. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll approach the.
It looks like a regular oil lamp that's just been lit.
Can I pick up the lamp?
It's attached to the wall, so you have
okay.
to.
Well, I need a boost probably.
Yeah.
Soon I'll have mage hand. All right. You were an adventuring lady, and now you live in this place that you used to live. Shouldn't there be a better adventure somewhere else?
There is no response.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about ghosts, frankly. I can't sell them things. I've never tried to. We might need to get some kind of, like, cleric. I feel like I saw a cleric at the bar.
I'm bored. Let's see what's on the top floor.
Sure. We came all the way here.
Amalica, you look like you have something to say. Do you?
Oh, I was just going to say, in regards to the cleric, that just seems like more money that we clearly do not have.
Yeah.
Clerics sometimes, the charity kind of people.
Yeah, but you maybe we just figure out what makes this ghost tick and live with it. Like, literally live with it.
As you say that and your hand comes out, you notice that a small bottle of wine floats into your hand.
See, I'm into this ghost.
The ghost party.
The bottle is empty and it looks like it's had years worth of dust on it, but it gently floats into your hand.
Okay. So, I mean, it knows how to party. It did party. What do you want? Like, do you want us to turn this place into a tavern? You want us to kind of...
As soon as you say that, all the lights in the bedroom light up.
See?
It's either very good or very bad. We don't know.
Okay, so all the lights are lit currently,
Yeah,
right?
it's actually bright light in here now.
Okay, so we're going to gather that you do want this to turn into a tavern. If you do not want it to turn into a tavern, turn all the lights out again.
The lights remain on.
Okay.
What about like a co-event space that's like a bit of a store and a bit of a bar?
You see the lights kind of flicker a little bit.
You'll get used to it. It's a very good business model.
Besides, we need some money.
Do you have any money?
Or have you buried it under the shithole?
You see all the lights go out.
I think we maybe upset her. It's a very lovely mansion you have here. It's a very lovely manor and inn. Although I feel like there's not enough rooms for a real inn. But, whatever. We can fix that.
Can we stay here if we help to turn this into a tavern?
You see all the lights brightly come on again.
See? We don't need a cleric. Money saved.
Yeah, I must say I'm very impressed, Amalica, with your ghost dealings, as long as the thing doesn't kill us in our sleep tonight.
I mean, I feel like it wants us to accomplish something that it can't, so maybe we're fine? Can we maybe strike some sort of deal with you?
The lights stay on.
Okay. I mean, you're capable of saying 2 words, so I feel like you should say more.
Would you like us to get drunk?
The lights stay on.
I think she's for it.
I feel like we need to maybe negotiate some more before we get drunk with the ghost. Like, how do we know that it's not going to kill us while we're vulnerable and drunk?
Given the many powerful enemies we've made due to our heroic exploits, how do we know we're not going to get killed at any time by anyone?
Yeah, that's also a thing I'm very worried about, by the way. We've made some very powerful enemies.
I don't feel like that's convincing
It'll
to
happen
me.
to us. It'll probably happen to us.
Oh, jeez. Some real maniacs. All right.
So, I guess, okay. The ghost can only say the 2 words, I'm assuming.
As a DM, shoulder shrug.
All right. Can you say anything else?
There is no response.
All right. Are you going to attack us if we check out the attic?
There's no response either.
Attic time!
As you guys make your way to the attic, you know that you see as Amalica takes the lead, and the door gently opens for you.
Yeah, I feel like this house was really taking a shine to you.
I mean, I feel like I was the only one that didn't want to burn it down or...
Yeah. You see Amalica and Yozev go by, and as Waywocket gets closer, you see the door get boom, closes right before Waywocket.
Hey, now. Ghost! That's no way to treat a gnome.
Door remains closed, Waywocket, as you open it up and skirt and scoot up.
All right, gotta get in.
I think you need some buttering up. You gotta butter them up.
All right. Listen, Ghost, we got off on the wrong foot here. I think we're going to be a really good business team. We can really make this thing thrive again. As you can see, though, we're really behind here. There's a lot of work to be done.
You see, give me a perception check, Waywocket.
Let's see if this rolls any better. It is a little better. It's a 15.
Yep, 15 will do it. You see in the frost in the window, you see a circle and then the letter K just spelling out OK.
Ah, all right.
Before we go upstairs, one more quick question. I know you don't have any money, but do you know of anything we can do in here to make more money besides the tavern?
You see the OK get rubbed out, and on the next panel over, you see just a N.
Okay. Well, we are on our own. Let's go check out the attic.
All right, in the attic, you see a lot of chests and crates covered in dust and frost. You can see a couple of more beams of moonlight coming in as it feels much, much colder up here. Although your feet do start to feel, you've got kind of like that. Your feet feel warm as the heat from the hearth is beginning to radiate throughout the building. But it seems like it's a very surreal, almost like a starry night. You can see out the window of the turret, and it looks out over top of the rooftops of all the sea. You can see all the chimneys and all the snow-covered roofs over top of Waterdeep on this beautiful, clear, crisp night. Everyone give me either perception or investigation check. Up to you.
14.
20.
16 on investigation specifically.
All right. You go through the chests and you go through the various boxes and packages, and you find what appears to be old clothes, old journals, some old artist sketches, and you find of a half-elf who's appeared to be named Lif, and he used to be an owner/barkeep that used to live and work and own this tavern. It's not clear on the date, but it looks like he used to be an owner or a resident or and a worker here.
Hold on. Do I have? I pull out one of my torches, which is not on. Like, is your name Lif?
You look over to the window and you see a Y get with almost like a fingerprint written in the frost.
Are these your journals, Lif?
You see another Y appear in the window.
All right, I'll put back my torch. Thank you for not wasting that. That's a couple dollars. I mean, dragons.
You can call them dollars. It's fine. Gold coins, dragons, whatevs.
Are we cool? Are you we're gonna help you out here, Lif? We're gonna bring life back into the place.
You don't hear a response for that just yet. All right.
Maybe you should take the lead here, Amalica. He seems to be sweet on you. It might be the elf connection.
Okay. So are you okay with us sticking around and, trying to make this our home with you?
You're kind of like that squeaky, like, as you see another Y appear on the window.
Cool. Excellent. Not very D&D words, but Whatever.
Okay. Any words or D&D words?
Yeah, all the words.
All right. So, if we stay here, you're not going to kill us anytime soon.
You see another why?
All right.
All right.
And I'm going to guess that you would like to be involved in whatever we wind up doing with the place.
You see kind of trying to find room on the window pane as well, like the fourth why.
Okay.
Well, we'll get a chalkboard for you later, Liv. How's that?
Okay.
You see another like small little like O and then K.
Do we want to take a look through these journals now, or do we want to check out maybe the library back on this third floor?
The journals were covered under your investigation role. They're pretty much just day-to-day, like some of the major events that happened in Waterdeep over the course of a year. The Trollskull Manor looks like it used to be a major hub for celebrations and parties.
Oh, so it does want us to party. Although, again, maybe not the kind where we burn everything down?
What, no chaos party? There's no mention of chaos parties in the journals.
I think we'll warm up to the chaos party.
I feel like maybe warming up is the wrong turn of phrase, because I don't think I want that.
What I mean to say is we're going to have a couple parties until we get used to parties, and then like we'll become obsessed with parties, and it'll become sort of an obsession until we destroy the place and everyone inside it. That's what I mean by warm up, you know?
No one knows what that is. Yeah, yeah.
I continue to not want that.
Yeah, we're going to evolve this plan. I think there's something there where, like, there's an escalating series of events, but,
And
you don't want to destroy. If you're going to make money, you want to keep the place intact.
And I kind of feel like if we're, leading up to that our new friend here, Liv?
Liv.
Yeah, his name is spelled L-I-F.
May not appreciate that and could potentially decide to just, kill us.
What if we throw a party where people come and they give us money so that we could ostensibly make this building nicer?
I think that's a plan.
Like the opposite of a chaos party.
Waywocket knows how to run a shop, but maybe Liv here knows how to run a tavern and can help us manage that side of things.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of similarities. It's different supply chain going on. Obviously, different staff. I mean, I've never had to, serve food or alcohol. I've really been more like on the shop end side, but I feel like I can adapt pretty quickly.
But why have to adapt when we have somebody who's undead who will help us?
He can advise. Liv, I mean, I'm going to take into consideration a lot of your genius and your insight, but I really feel that I have to have the final side authority and all expenses.
I think you literally are the only one who can sign.
That's great. Yeah. That's the way that we designed that.
Yeah, so you are standing in the attic looking out over the city.
It's a really beautiful view.
Yeah, it is really nice. You can see it looks west out of the city. You actually see parts of the ocean, parts of the bay. It feels real nice.
All right. Well, I think maybe I should send a message to Alvin, let him know that we're okay, and hunker down for the night and get started first thing in the morning.
Oh, I will say, after I finally found it, it does say that in one of the journals that there's kind of like 4 major seasonal celebrations, and that the end of winter is also known as Winter Shield, and that celebration is coming up soon on your calendars, couple of months.
So, how much work do you think we could put into this place between now and then? How much money would we need to do that?
An intelligence check, John?
I'd say just investigation check.
Investigation check? Probably not. It's an 11 in total.
11. It's not that hard to figure out that it's going to cost you probably hundreds, if not thousands, of gold pieces to get this thing up and going. But you do know that the guilds do work on a loan system. They don't need the money up front right away, but pay them the money when the bill comes due.
Yeah, it's gonna be hundreds of dragons, maybe even in the thousands. I mean, I only have like 40 dragons right now on me. I'm not the most liquid right now. Hence, the mule. But
you do know the guild will start work and almost like a down payment of it's kind of how they get you as well.
Yeah, I'm a little dicey on that, but yeah, they have some loan systems. We could work something out. But I think waking up in the morning, taking a fresh stock of everything that needs to be done, and then going from there. But yeah, Winter Shield Party is a very good target for an opening day.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you see a small little like Y kind of frost written into the window pane.
Okay.
Ghost, can you mix us some drinks?
You see it. No.
Yeah, we need to get some alcohol here. I don't have any on me. I don't think you do either, Yozev. Not with what I pay you.
You said you were paying me extravagantly.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for an entry-level employee. What's in the, let's finish the tour with, there must be like a cellar, like a wine cellar here.
You did see a hatch to a basement in the tap room.
Oh.
We also didn't check out the library on the third floor as well, but I don't know, is there anything?
Yeah, let's head to the library then.
On the way down?
Yeah.
You stop by the library, and the library surprisingly looks like there's lots of bookshelves, but it looks like all the books have been removed. It's still very well intact, but it's pretty much just leaflets of paper, dust, cobwebs, frost, and just desks and chairs that have been kind of overturned by whoever or whichever came through here and just decided to. Nothing serious damage, just like things overturned, like maybe a couple of kids just goofing around, but definitely no books in here.
Yeah, rats. I was hoping for some nice light reading tonight.
The rats are probably in the cellar.
Oh, yeah, almost certainly. I'll talk to them when we get there.
It's literally, you got to pull up the basement hatch from it's lifted up, and it's completely black down there. The fire hearth that you've had burning for a while now is fully like the manor feels warm. It's like, oh, this is what a fully functional fire hearth does. Like you start to take off your winter gear as it feels you're now inside, and
all the layers. Yeah,
all the layers start to come off as you're like, oh, this is actually keeping the heat really nice and well. But as you open up, you kind of see like that layer, that crystal fog mist of snow just kind of like milling about down at the bottom. You have to climb down a ladder to get into the.
As usual, I'm going to take out my staff and use my light cantrip to light it up.
Mm-hmm. As you send it down, you notice that the mist and snow kind of swirls around. You notice that it's a small little 2-foot ladder, and there's a stairwell that goes further down.
I'm going to head down.
Yeah, I'll follow behind Yozev.
All right. As you come down, you can see big, massive casks of what would contain ale and wine. They're still corked. They have no label on them. You tap on them. It's hard. Give me an investigation check.
11.
You tap on it. They all sound hollow.
Well, yeah, that's to be expected. The inventory would be out. And then I will I will actually do a chittering sound, go and like rats. Are you here? Any friends from the nature?
You see one rat poke his head out from behind one of the casks. Like, yeah, what?
Just seeing what kind of rat family we have here. My name is Waywocket. We're the new deed owners of the place.
Oh no, we own this place.
Well,
squatters' rights.
Well, hey, that's great and all.
Come first serve. I was here.
Look, hey.
Any cheese?
I'm not.
Food?
I do.
Food cheese?
Hold on there, little mister. I do have some food for you, and this is not going to be a thing where I kick out the rats.
You can't kick us out. We're rats.
I know. I'm a gnome, a forest gnome, and we are friends to all little beasts and creatures. You and me, consider me a roommate.
How about a tenant? I was here first. See, because you have to open that door. So I was down here already, and you came, so it means you were second. I was first.
You are my least favorite rat I've met today.
Don't make me get Hugo after you.
Is he more reasonable than you are?
No, he's a lot bigger and meaner.
Yeah, well, I don't want that either. You guys know Leaf?
No, what's that? I know leaves.
All right,
There's no
worry.
leaves right now. It's snowy out. That's why I'm in here.
Yeah, don't worry about it. All right, listen. Here is a day's worth of rations.
Oh, yeah. Rent.
Yeah, you can call it that. Look, we're going to have a lot more food around here. It's a lot more times. This is going to be a very good time for you if you stay here in the cellar and we learn to live.
No, this is my manor.
Okay.
I got here first. You were second.
All right, I got to go. Before I say something I regret.
You see Waywocket come out of the basement, look kind of shoulders down, looking a little dejected.
What happened? You appear bullied.
Those are the worst rats I've ever met. Those guys are real big city troublemakers. I don't care for it, you know. They say they own the place and that we are the tenants, and those rats make me so mad sometimes.
We should just rest, and then maybe when you're level-headed,
you know,
and we can try again.
You're very intuitive, Amalica. I'm going too far. You got me real riled up. I gave him a ration. We should be fine.
All right, so you guys can spend. You can easily make do with like some of the remains of beds, or you can push together chairs and tables and stuff like that in the tap room and the dining room as you spend the night inside Trollskull Manor, as the fire from the hearth just kind of radiates out and provides a reasonable sleep for the night. As we'll take a long rest and we'll take a quick break for water and bathroom as we come back and figure out what y'all gonna do in Trollskull Alley. Fix it. So they have a house, they have a reputation, and they have a ghost. What more could you need out of an adventuring life? What more could you need out of living in Waterdeep? You have all the basics there already. Let's just call it quits there and call it a career. Of course, we're not going to do that because ghosts and haunted houses are a lot of fun. So thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for being along on the journey. We are at the midway point before they spend their first night in a spooky house in the northern ward of Waterdeep. I have some announcements to go over, and then we'll jump right back into it. Just brief Johnny interactions before we jump you right back into the story. The first one is, as we said last week, the Toronto Comic Arts Festival is coming very, very soon. It will be the weekend of May 11th and May 12th, and it is the best price possible. It is free, and you can also check out their website at www.torontocomics.com. You can get a list of all the artists who are showing up, all the tables that will be there, so you can find your favorite artist, find your favorite table, and you can spend an ungodly amount of money on the amazing art that is going to be at the Comics Festival. I know I always have to prep in advance because you tend to spend a bit of money when you see some awesome comic art hanging around. And it's also a great place to hang out. You can go see some awesome panels. I will have more news on panels that when it becomes available. But if you're in the Southern Ontario area or upstate New York or just around, come to Toronto in May. It's going to be an awesome time for the city. The sun will be out. It'll be shining. You can go hang out by the lakeshore, and you can find the Toronto Comic Arts Festival at Yonge and Bloor, the Toronto Reference Library. It is easy to get to. It is easy to navigate, and it's going to be an awesome time. Come check it out. Check out the city. Check out the Comic Arts Festival. It's going to be amazing. And the other big event we have to announce is the D&D live event. Yes, the new storyline is coming out. It's called The Descent, and you will be able to check that out May 17th to the 19th. That's a Friday to Sunday. It's going to be live streamed, but you can also buy tickets to go see it live if you so wish. You can go head over to the dnd.wizards.com and their live event space to check all that out. It is going to be an awesome time. Some amazing streamers going to be there. Your regulars, your Critical Roles, your Dice Camera Action, your Sirens of the Realm, your Girl Scouts Glory, celebrating some D&D and the new storyline, which is going to be super awesome to check out. And it is going to be an awesome time. You can load up on some swag, learn about the new story, check out what the new adventure is going to be, and just hang out with some awesome people in the D&D community. If you can go, I recommend you go. It'll be worth the trip. And I think that's going to be it for announcements. We'll make it quick and sweet so we can jump right back into some haunted dwellings that the trio get up to. Again, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing your time with us. We are, of course, the Diecast Podcast. You can find us on Twitter at Diecast Podcast. Again, if you haven't yet, please follow. Share us with a friend. You can find us on any app that plays a podcast, iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, and Spotify. And, of course, our own website, www.flyinglizardstudio.com. And you can find us on YouTube. Diecast Podcast is where to catch up on episodes that we put up a little bit after they go live on the podcasting apps. And I think that is it. Let us jump right back in. Let's see what this trio does with a haunted house, a ghost bartender, and some surly rats in the basement. Only in a D&D world do you ever get to talk about those combinations. I hope everyone has a great week. I hope everyone's been enjoying their spring so far, or fall, depending where you are in the world. And I hope everyone hugs a family member, tells them how you feel. I will see you next week. I hope you enjoy the rest of the episode. We are back. You guys have spent the night in your first haunted house. Maybe not your first. Maybe you've been in a house that's been haunted. You just didn't know it before, but you clearly know of the ghost that lives in this house. It is morning comes up. The sun kind of warm. The fire is still actually going. It looks like the fire retains heat, and you didn't have to throw too many more old pieces of furniture on. But the heat is actually quite nice, and you actually see in the daylight, and you can actually hear crunching of snow and see shades of people walking by the frosted glass outside. That Trollskull Alley is up, active, and taking part in a wonderful Waterhavian morning in the wintertime, because I love alliteration. But you see that actually as you wake up, you can see 3 glasses or 3 mugs filled with water. It's not the cleanest looking water, but there appears to be 3 mugs of water waiting for you on the counter.
See, if we'd gotten a cleric, we wouldn't have this level of service.
By this house's standard, this gesture is okay.
Kind of examine the water a little bit. Yeah. Thanks, Liff. Down the hatch, everybody. And then I'll take a drink.
It's not it's not poisonous, but it's definitely not the cleanest water you.
Okay. Well, I don't think we can prestidigitate water. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
We could boil it, but I mean, we could maybe just melt some snow.
Not a bad idea. All right, we got so in the light of day, I can now more clearly see what we're working with here, and
it's not as bad as the darkness gave it, but it needs a lot of fixing up. Like the infrastructure looks sound and sturdy. It's a lot of cosmetics, a lot of furniture, a lot of restocking. Right. Stuff like that.
All right. So I'm going to go. All right. So we got a lot to do here. So first things first. Oh, geez. Let's get the muck out of here. I'm going to go get Alvin. I'm going to go get Fablin. And we're going to start cleaning this place up.
All right.
I'm going to take a tip from Liff and put the undead to work. I'm going to... I want other ways to interact with my unseen servant. I'm going to open up a creaky door. And get out here. We're preparing for a winter shield party. And then you guys can hear sort of a clomp, clomp, clomp as my unseen servant enters the room.
Yeah, you can see little puffs of dust behind his footsteps.
You! Are you the same one as last time?
It's no, master. I'm new.
Oh, how do I get the previous guy? How do I get the same guy back?
I don't know. I don't know how any of this works. I was enjoying my time in the afterlife, and then poof, I'm here.
There's so much we don't know about the mysteries of the Poobash. Anyway, clean up the shithole.
He's got an invisible face, but just I feel compelled to clean up this shithole.
You sure do.
As you begin to see chairs being righted and canvas or covers off of tables being taken off and dust and just kind of that an invisible figure just moving off. You see dust kick into the air. You hear furniture scraping around on the floor.
This is gonna be great. All right, I'll be back in time.
You hear a knock at the door.
First customer. Come in to the... we don't have a name yet.
They can literally see there's a hole in the door.
Yeah, you peek your head in.
Yeah. You see this kind of slim looking human open up the door, kind of pushes past all the dust and debris. He's like, oh, hello. Are you open? I'm sorry, I didn't want to intrude or interrupt anything that looked important. I'm sorry. I just came by to pay a visit to everybody. I can leave if I'm interrupting something.
I mean, we aren't quite open yet, but if you're here to hang out with the adventurers that you've heard of, you could help us clean up for a fee.
Well, actually, adventures is what I was looking for. I heard about your run-in with the Xanathar's Guild, and I figured you would be the perfect people to help out with the situation. Some of the situations we have in the city. Specifically your skill set that I heard about that I'm very interested in.
And who are you?
My name is Jalaster Silvermane. I'm a representative of the Lord's Alliance. I saw you at the Yawning Portal last night, and you caught my eye, and I was wondering if I could request some help.
Yeah, well, you can always ask, and we can always say yes or no. It's a lovely thing about Waterdeep.
Well, great, because the Lord's Alliance works very closely with a lot of the guilds, and we seem to be having the gang war has disrupted the Dung Sweepers Guild quite a bit. The Dung Sweepers are they work in the sewers, they work around the sewers, and they get caught between the knife, the Zentaremes, the Xanathar's Guild.
We saw some of their work last night. They do some great work, they do some bad work, like any guild.
Right. So we were wondering if you could just provide escort for some of the workers, just to help them out, make sure they don't get killed sweeping the poop.
Will you pay us in money and not
yes.
give us a shitty building?
No, we'll pay you in coin.
I think we should take it.
But just to be clear, you do have money.
Oh, well, the Lord's Alliance is yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
that's,
just wanted to
I'm
clarify.
gonna roll some quick insight on that. So
Sure.
we got we'll swing it last time. It's a 25 insight.
Wow.
25 insight. I'll even let you do a history. I'll add a little history of that as well.
Sure.
Jalaster Silvermane is in fact kind of like the liaison between the Lord's Alliance and the guilds. He's also kind of like the assistant to the Open Lord of Waterdeep.
Oh wow! So this is a high muckety muck.
Yeah, some medium management mucking you up, but with good connections.
All right.
So when are you looking for us to do?
Oh well, it'll be a couple of weeks worth of work. That's for sure. I'll send you some information because it depends on which areas we think are going to be the most in trouble. But it is the winter time, and we are going into the sewers at some point. But it's just essentially it's just helping out around the city and just kind of getting a taste for your skills and seeing if you're Lord's Alliance friendly and not what's the word I'm looking for? Not against the benefits of the city, because there's three crime factions that we have to deal with, and we just want to make sure that you've gone against the Xanathars, but we just want to make sure you're not allied with the knife or the Zentareme.
No, we're allied with me. Waywocket Sprocket. We haven't really met properly.
I've heard the stories. And I've seen you at the Yawning Portal. I'm a big fan.
Yeah, you may have met my uncle. He was great.
I'm really sorry. I've heard it.
He spoke very highly of you. He went out the way he lived, doing something crazy.
Oh, they found the body, or
we don't know. I'm just assuming right now.
oh, okay.
I've been choosing to live my life one day at a time.
Yeah.
But we're here to the city. We're trying to bring business. We're trying to maybe restore this manor to its rightful place in the Trollskull Alley. And of course, as you can see around here, we're going to need quite a lot of guild support to get some things done around here.
This is why I approached you.
Yeah.
I figured we could have some correspondence and some businesses to to interact with each other.
Do you think there's any chance we can get anything, like up front?
Well, you will be compensated when you finish your task. That is for sure. And as we build a more sturdy relationship, there can be an exchange of goods and services.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not, dung is not my favorite place.
You don't have to
city.
sweep the poop. You just have to make sure the poop sweepers are okay.
Oh, well, all right, we can get some zinc under our noses, and I'll need a lot of zinc, of course, but yeah, I think we're in. What about you there, Yozev?
If it pays, it pays. Let's do it.
Yozev, give me an insight check.
It's it's a 19.
19. You see when you lock eyes with Jallister, you notice he begins to blush a little bit.
And I'm sure it will pay handsomely.
Like, it's it will. It definitely pays. It pays very well. Yes.
All right, where are these dung sweepers?
will-
We'll protect them or something.
I will send information for you. It's going to take. We need you just to look after them for a couple of weeks, but as it progresses on, we can have a deal. We can have an accord. Have a relationship.
Hey, do you think maybe in the meantime you can hook us up with some of the guilds we need to start talking to?
Oh yes. You will need a. He just begins to. You can see how he's already doing the mental list in his head of what needs to be done.
Yeah,
Like, you need the innkeepers and waitresses guild, or the waiters guild. You need like the distillers guild. You need the roofers guild, the dung sweepers guild, the lamplighters guild. You need a lot. But fortunately, because if you work with us, we can get you a kind of like a flat rate.
Oh, you have like a sharing economy.
Employees discount.
Yes. If you wish for a one time, usually to fix up in a house, and sometimes we do fix up older mansions. If you pay for speed, if you pay for right away, we can have a whole flat rate of 1,000 gold, and everything gets taken care of.
We don't really have that amount of liquid dragons.
Well, I mean, it's probably going to cost you then. You seem to kind of do the mental math again. It's probably to get it done and with no fixed finish date, probably about 50 gold per 10 days. So every 10 days, 50 gold pieces to keep but it shouldn't take too much just to do like the physical construction.
I see. And how much is this job paying?
This job is going to pay you. You each get 25 gold pieces.
A week, a day?
For each week. that you
Each
do it.
week. So we're getting 75. All right, we're clearing 25 a week. If we're all in this together. I see some nods. You nodding here, Yozev?
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, we're in. We're going to do some work. They're going to pay us for the work, and then we're going to kind of put that money back into the building. We'll each also have some take-home money. Don't worry.
So we're giving money to the building.
No, not exactly. We're going to give money to the guilds to help the building.
I'm cross.
Look, Alvin's going to take care of all of this, the details of the reconstruction, while we help the dung sweepers with a very important waiting around and sweeping the dung.
It's the gang wars mostly. If the gang wars weren't happening, then we wouldn't. But you're adventurers, and you've worked against the Zentarims, and you have experience with the gangs, and so we figured you'd be the best for the job, the best for the job.
I don't care about dung sweepers or gangs or this building or ghosts or anything. When do I get money so I can save the order?
Well, almost immediately. We'll be getting some money every week.
Almost.
For 4 weeks. For 4 weeks.
For 4 weeks. For 4 weeks, we'll be getting some money. And after that, we'll have this new building and a new business venture. and we'll be raking it in there, Yozev. Trust me.
Yes, once the history of this place is quite grand. That this place made gold hand over fist. This place made gold.
And not to mention the parties.
There is, and if you check the archives have lots of illustrations of the parties that have happened here. It's quite a central place in Waterdeep. It's got quite the history behind it.
All right, Mr. Silvermane, we'll protect your dung sweepers. But you promise us the grandest party this manor has ever seen.
Well, I'm sure the party will be. I'm quite looking forward to enjoying it and seeing it happen.
I'm just leaving the room now.
You seem kind of like look down and shows at his feet and looks at the door and is like, "Oh, okay, well."
He's new to the city. It's rough manners. He didn't go to a finishing school.
I understand, but we will send. This is I assume this is your new place of operations.
Yeah, we're gonna hold up here. It's a lot nicer than the hotel I was staying in, and
The hole I was living in.
so it's a real up and up.
I need Amalica and Waywocket to give me an insight roll, please.
A 4?
I rolled a 2, so that's a total of 8.
8. You see him kind of glance around and then just, I will head back and drop the paperwork. And when we get everything sorted out, I will send you. It's bright and early morning, like 5 a.m. Right at sunrise. Or I guess the sun is it's not risen yet because it's wintertime, but it will be early bird work.
All right. Well,
And if it helps any at all, the frozen poop smells less.
yep. No, that was definitely part of my calculation.
This would be a terrible job in the summertime.
Yeah, we're not doing this in the summer.
No, I certainly hope not. Yeah, you see him make his way for the door, gently pushes it open, kind of pops his head in one last time and closes it.
I think you hurt his feelings, Yozev.
What? No, I'm gone.
Yeah,
Oh, I assume you went upstairs, or did you leave the actual building?
No, I'm like somewhere else in the building at this point.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
just, like,
yelled it
running
up the
around.
stairs. Well, look, I'll go get Alvin and Alblin. Alvin and Fablin.
We'll fix it in post.
we'll do it live.
And I'll be right back.
All right, as you exit the door, you see a flying snake. You kind of startle it as it just kind of boop hits you right in the chest.
Holy fuck.
Snake, what's the deal?
You see it look up at you. It's feathery wings, and it just kind of has like a little piece of parchment tied around its waist.
Ah, jeez, how does everyone know we're here already? I'll take the...
I mean, they're kind of a spectacle.
Oh, right, yeah.
You kind of made an announcement.
That was maybe a mistake. Anyway, what does this message say?
It just says, written in very nice handwriting. It says, "Want to be part of something big? ? Speak to Davil Starsong at the Yawning Portal."
Davil Starsong.
But this was flung to us on a snake.
Yeah, that's
A flying snake essentially is just a snake with bird wings.
Well, this already seems questionable.
yeah. This reminds me of the Zentarenes.
Yeah, I don't want
It's
this.
definitely a Zentarim type of thing.
Yeah.
I think the cursive handwriting really does it in for me.
I saw a snake fly through the window. What's going on?
It doesn't even need to fly through the window. It can fly through the door.
Past
It
the
can
window.
fly
Yeah, it's
through-
getting everywhere.
Well, we have additional job opportunities.
Is it better than the one we just got?
Well, almost certainly in terms of money up front, but looks like it would be us throwing a towel in with the Zentarim, which I'm frankly not very keen on.
Yeah, I do not have good associations with any of the crime people here, and I just feel like I don't want that.
Will they
did-
give us more money and or help us have this party faster?
Yes, but there's also probably a potential that we will die, either by the job or them, I feel.
You did do them a solid last night when you kind of harshed on the Xanathar Guild a little bit.
We also killed some Kenku that maybe worked for them, maybe not.
The Kenku work for Xanathars.
For Xanathars, right, gotcha.
Yeah, see, I feel like this is a bad idea. I feel like this is not excellent.
It is money opportunity if you need it.
Well, all right. Devil, Star Song. Wait, is the snake still here or what?
The snake took off, yeah.
All right, good. Sometimes animals listen for the masters. It's a whole thing. You gotta watch out for familiars. All right.
I'm so sorry, Waywocket. Because of the announcement, you see a paper bird.
Oh my god!
Ryan?
I'm trying to just do some work.
You can't even get out the front door. It's like bat, bat, bat.
What's this bird doing here?
It's a paper bird. You actually found one in the office of the.
Yeah, I have one of those of my own.
Yeah, it has a message written to you and 3 tickets to the theater.
Well, that is more like it. 3 tickets to the theater. We can meet the other ghost.
It says, Raynar tells us you are a good bet. He bought you tickets to the opera tonight at the Light Singer Theater in the C Ward. If you are interested, meet Mert at intermission, private box C. Formal attire is required for admittance. And the show is The Rise of Tiamat, the real edition.
That's an inside joke for me.
It's like, I don't get this.
Actually, Amalica would know that I guess it'd be 3 years ago, a bard named Tarek tried to set up a theater just outside the north wall of the city for his version of The Rise of Tiamat. It had moderate reviews, but a very, very lethal special effects. And no one knows how it happened, but eventually the theater just crumbled in on top of itself and just kind of left for whereas the city was
Chaos
the one
party.
Yeah, it literally was a chaos party.
Well, it looks like we can make a night of it. We'll go to the theater and meet whoever, and then we'll go to the Yawning Portal and we'll meet whoever else. We'll get drunk. We'll have some fun. My ghostly servants will clean up this shithole, and it'll be great.
Yeah, I mean, I could use a night of entertainment that didn't involve us getting shot at.
The show is in 2 weeks.
Oh, the show is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not
I
tonight.
thought it was tonight.
Yeah.
When is the invitation to meet? What's his face?
Davil Star Song. He just says meet him at the Yawning Portal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But we're meeting Mert
Mert at the theater.
Mert at the theater. And he said that Raynar said we were a good bet. All right. So Raynar was the guy that we helped out last time. Oh, well, I mean, let's put it in the calendar. I would love to see this show. All right.
What about the Yawning Portal?
No, let's keep cleaning up this place. I gotta get Alvin on this. He was asleep. He doesn't know where I am. He's probably worried sick about me.
So Waywocket, as you make your third attempt to leave the building, you actually hear a message.
Are you kidding me? What is it now?
You hear the message say, I am the Blackstaff.
Uh-huh.
Come to Blackstaff Tower in the Castle Ward at once. Bring your friends. And because you're part of actually the guild, you know who the Blackstaff is. This is like the head mage in what this is like your boss saying like,
oh God. All right.
You have 10 words to respond to her with.
I'll be right there. All right. I got some. We got a new appointment. As you know, I'm a guild member. And the head of the guild, Blackstaff, at Blackstaff Tower, has requested our presence. It's really an offer we can't refuse. I can't refuse, and you also shouldn't.
Does she have money?
Oh yes, of course.
Will she give us money?
Almost certainly not.
I mean,
Amalica, you know the Blackstaff is essentially charged like the mage cops inside Waterdeep. So it's not so much the money, but the magical items that they're in charge of.
There definitely could still be some use that we can get out of this. I mean, I think we should go check it out. I mean, I feel more comfortable doing this than, say, aligning ourselves with criminals.
Yeah. Also, like, by the way, as both of you are magic users, you should almost certainly join the guild. They're gonna give me some flack about hanging out with you, knowing that you're doing the magics. They like to keep a lid on the magics, and they're very destructive sometimes. Just keep an open mind. Keep an open mind.
I'm an acolyte of the Order of the Poobah Shaboo.
Yeah. That's not a conflict of interest.
All I'm saying is that of the various messages that have appeared within the last couple of minutes, one of them offered money, and the rest of them want us to get involved with some other, what is the word? Bullshit.
Yeah, this is the kind of bullshit that doesn't, get you locked up into jail or in trouble with the guilds. It's it's a thing you gotta sometimes you gotta spend time to get on with your day.
I never know what you're saying, Waywocket, but you are wise and you've been right in the past. Oh, I will follow your lead. What do you say?
I think we should go check it out.
Yeah. My question about the paper birds is are they like a one-time use message?
Yeah, they're one-time use. Let me check to be absolutely sure. I'm pretty sure they are, though. Paper bird, where are you? Paper bird, magic items, badges, paper bird. One time, yep.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's do it. So I'm going to pull up that paper bird I found. I'm going to use my skill with calligrapher's tools and write a very beautiful message to Alvin. And send it to inn that he and I have been staying at.
I think you were actually staying at the Yawning Portal, so.
Oh, are we staying at the Yawning Portal?
Yeah.
My question is Blackstaff Tower on the way to the Yawning Portal, or is Yawning Portal on the way to the Blackstaff Tower, or?
No, the Blackstaff Tower is in the Castle Ward, which is kind of like central.
Right.
And, it's because you got to go south regardless. So Blackstaff Tower would be more central south, whereas the Yawning Portal would be like southwest.
Right, and we're like on the east side of the town.
You're the north.
We're the north. Okay.
Yeah, like you can see the wall and the remains of Tarek's theater.
I'll buy a new paper bird sometime. And so I'm gonna write him a message like, "Good news, Alvin. I've come into some property. Here's the address. Bring Fablin. There's maybe a couple ghosts working in the spot. I'll introduce you. Don't worry. Let's help get the place ready. It's our new business venture. Bring all our things. It's gonna be great!" Exclamation mark.
You see the bird automatically folds itself into a little crane, and
So cute.
By the way, thank you, Adam, for doing the big announcement at the Yawning Portal for me. Everyone took notice.
Please.
I gotta cross out my paper bird.
So you step out into, finally, Waywocket. You finally step out. The snow crunches beneath your feet. The sun kind of beats down on you. Amalica, as soon as the door opens up all the way, just like the bright light just shines right in your face. It's too much light. Too much. It's like permanent hangover.
I don't want it.
Yeah, just do one of these things. Put your hands above your eyes. Look down at the ground.
No, not in the snow. That's the worst thing to do.
It's very bright. It's so much brighter.
Don't look up or down.
If I squint, I can see a little bit. I'm just gonna squint. I mean, you guys walk in front of me.
Just so you know, you'll be at disadvantage for every perception check you have to make. So you have squinty eyes.
That's fine. That's my life currently in real life. Although it doesn't have to be.
Such crossover.
So as you make your way out, you're going to explore the alley a little bit. You're going to...
I'll take in what other businesses and rivals we have on the street.
Yep. You see that there is a small wooden sign. This would be starting off on T2, which is like a little bit east of you guys. You see a sign that has essentially just like a nail sticking out of it. And it looks like it's called the Bent Nail, and it looks like it sells like your selections of like ranged weapons, bows, crossbows, arrows,
Ah.
bolts, stuff like
I'm
that.
gonna need to get some bolts there. We spent a lot of bolts last night.
As you make your way down, you can feel heat, and you see a lot of smoke coming up from one of the rooftops. It looks like it's kind of like a blacksmithy place. It's called Steam and Steel. You can see what appears to be 2 Aasimar. One's a water Aasimar and one's a fire Aasimar. They seem to be working away at some metal and putting some ingots in on the forge. You can see another store that has you can't see the original sign anymore because it looks like moss and flowers have grown out. And it's beautiful green and like the stark white of winter. And you kind of got like that fresh, refreshing feeling as you walk by it. It's called the Corleone's Crown. It looks like it's the type of like herbalist apothecary type of thing. But as you walk by, you can see it's almost like a sun house or sunroom, or sorry, a greenhouse. As you can see the condensation of all the moisture of the plants inside, and it feels very warm as you walk by. It looks like you can see little sprouts of grass growing up around the snow outside the doorstep. Another one is essentially the head of a tiger with one eye that's wide open, and it just says on the window, Tiger's Eye Private Detective Agency. And then there is T6 way at the end of the alley is the sign of this is a giant gold dragon curled around the treasure hoard. But as you get close to the sign, you notice that the treasure hoard is actually made up of books, and it's called the Bookworm's Treasure.
Cute.
And that is it.
Okay.
Good to know they don't have a bar.
Actually, there is a bar in there.
Oh, jeez. All right, we got
Spoke
one
too
in.
soon.
I will tell you what it is. You can see it is the bar that's not operational. It looks like it's undergoing renovations right now. It doesn't even have a sign above the door yet, but it does have like in tavern opening soon under renovation.
You can throw a chaos party there.
I like the way you're thinking, Amalica, although that is very illegal.
You do see a guy stick his head out the front door. He's kind of got like a scarf and kind of like a head wrap on. It's covered with like dust and wood shavings and stuff like that. It's like, hey, you the Trollskull Manor people now?
Wow, word travels fast in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Like as soon as we saw the lights go up.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's us.
So that's you. You own that place now?
We're throwing the party of a century.
Party of the century. Huh?
We are the best explorers in town. We have some sort of mansion. It's going to get a bit kinky, and there are several ghosts in the mix.
He's our hype man.
Right. So that's your place then? That's where you're working out of now?
That's where I'm working out of now.
All right. You see, pum, pum, closes the door.
Competition is a thing between like-minded businesses, and sometimes you want to keep your secrets to yourself.
What do you think?
I mean, I still think if you're going to throw a party, it shouldn't be at our place. You know, like the kind you really want to throw. That's what I currently think.
I think we can throw a charming party. I think everyone at the Yawning Portal was very impressed with my announcement. And also, they saw us light a troll on fire and push him into the portal itself. Did that man do that?
I mean, we have some competitive advantages. That is true. But anyway, yeah. All right. Well, let's just hope he doesn't he doesn't have a chaos party in our establishment.
I hope he does.
Oh, jeez.
The DM's brain is already going. So where are all three of you off to?
Well, I thought we were all going to go check out the guild.
Blackstaff Tower,
Blackstaff
where
Tower?
in the game of Lords of Waterdeep, you can get one single
One
wizard.
free wizard, yeah. There's so much crossover, yeah. I guess because it's all Waterdeep.
Yeah.
So you make your way up to, it's this big, massive tower. It's almost like a fortress tower. It's in the castle ward, so everything's built as a defensive in mind. And you do know that, especially for you, Amalica, that ever since the Arcane Brotherhood left the city, this is pretty much the last magical resource that's sanctioned by the city or like institutionalized. Everything else is kind of like independent and freelance, which is why they kind of cracked down on magic users in the city. Because, hey, Thaans and dragons make things complicated more so than they have to be. And so you make your way up to the tower, and the guards standing at the front gate already know that you're coming. Like the black staff is waiting for you. They just make your way up to it's kind of like this little teleport room in the front door. It's almost like a cubby hole. And as soon as you see Waywocket stand on it, just blue light, almost Star Trek teleporter style, but in a blink of an eye, just disappears.
He's gone.
Hey, well,
That's normal. That's just a teleport room.
okay. So this is fine. We're fine. This is fine.
We're fine.
Yeah, exactly.
This is fine.
Don't be alarmed. It doesn't send you anywhere bad unless you've upset the black staff somehow.
I'm stepping into it.
You say,
all right, and also stepping into it.
What took you guys? What took you guys so long?
This is fine. We're fine.
Fine, we're fine.
You see, get her picture up because it's a great image. Where are you, black staff? Probably start with a B.
Oh, she looks like Glenn Close.
That'd be a good Marvel Universe cast.
Yeah.
Much better than Captain of the Nova Corps.
Yeah.
We'll fix that. There she is.
Yeah, well, she
That's the
has
black
an aforementioned black staff.
Yeah.
What? Oh, wait. I'm looking at this bearded creature.
See?
Oh, there she is.
And I'm
Whoa.
squinting at it just like I said.
So you see Vajara. She has ebony skin and a high collar with a nice jacket and like this crooked black staff in her hand with black leather boots that go up to her knees. And she carries a big, beefy spellbook slung over her shoulder and at her waist. She says, Waywocket, I'm so glad you could make it here. I've heard about your insertion or your incursion into the Xanathar's Guild's hideout. How did that go?
Well, honestly, it was a bit of a mixed bag. Can I call you Bashara or should I call you
Please, the black staff is fine.
Sorry, I'm new to the guild.
We're not there yet, Waywocket. We'll get there soon.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
No offense taken. Please introduce me to your friends. I'm very curious. As I've heard there was some magical effects going off in that fight.
A little bit of magic may have occurred. Anyway, this is Yozev. He is a emissary from the Puba Shabu and my associate. This is Amalica, my city guide, and resident of Undermountain. No, Undermountain, or is it Slavers? Skullport, sorry.
Say, so you're a native Waterhavian. We don't see many native dark elves to Waterdeep. It's your people usually keep to the Underdark or to themselves.
Yeah, I do typically keep to myself until, this lot.
I see a lot of potential in Amalica. You should have seen how she dealt with the ghost last night.
That's right. You made the announcement of Trollskull Manor. That must be quite a task for a project for all of you.
Yeah, Volo is not the man I thought he was.
You see, as soon as you say Volo, she rolls her eyes immediately. Volo, as skilled as he is a wizard, he is just as much a fool sometimes.
Yeah, we really thought it was going to be, a finished property, but I can see why he tried to unload it on us.
Yes.
Well, to be fair, we thought it was money, not a property.
Yeah, he really lied to us. So
he will do that, as Volo unfortunately is in a bit of a financial pinch, as it were, as his last book did not happen at all.
Yes, we learned.
But I do want to talk to you about. I've been catching up, reading the notes on what happened with you discovering the warehouse, dealing with the Xanathars and the Zentrim, and it seems like you've got quite a good hands. Your hands are in the mix for the different crime families.
You know a lot.
I am the Blackstaff. We are the resident source of magic inside Waterdeep.
Yeah, that's true. I should have. Anyway, yeah, I mean, it wasn't really intentional. We were just looking for a man named Floon, and it turned out we really stepped in it, maybe. I hope the thing splashes onto your door.
Well, it's the splashes we're interested in, because not everyone can infiltrate into a crime organization that well and come out with everyone relatively okay. I mean, as far as I understood, Floon's smile is still pristine and beautiful.
It's true.
Like a dentist.
Mm-hmm. It was touch and go there for a bit, but I mean...
Yeah, I mean, I'm frankly a little bit worried about future repercussions with the Xanathars, but only a couple of the people saw us, one of whom is now deceased. They don't really do a lot of lichifying or undeadness.
No.
That's not really the style.
Not cost effective at all.
Good to know.
Mrs. Staff, as I said in the tavern.
Miss Staff.
Miss Staff. You're unmarried. Oh.
Yes, well, it's my partner is my job.
Interesting.
Interesting set in the word that seems completely, I'm not interested.
As I announced in the tavern, we are adventurers, and we will do adventures for money. So we'll do adventures, and other people will give us money, and eventually I will raise enough money to save the order and guarantee the end of the world. So can we skip to the part where you give us an adventure, and we do the adventure, and then you give us money?
Everyone give me an insight roll right now.
This man does not speak for me.
Oh, no.
8.
Yep, 8.
I am definitely picking this up. It's a 25 from Waywocket.
As soon as Yozev says "end of the world," you see her eyebrow kind of raise just a little, like.
It's a part of his order, the Poobah Shabu. They
Believe things.
They believe. I'm not exactly entirely sure what he's on about, but he definitely loves the idea of money and the end of the world.
So very well. Well,
it might also be completely made up. I'm not positive still.
Well, I do have offers for you. We would like to see more of your magical skills applied to the benefit of the city. And, if things go well and you make headway with various things, then we could possibly see maybe a feeder path, if you wish, to join the Force Grey.
I don't know what that is.
Force Grey is essentially it's like the elite protective force inside Waterdeep. Like, it's made up of adventurers, and they take on the really dangerous, nasty stuff.
Okay, so we want that.
So we can't necessarily pay a whole lot of gold, but what we can't pay in gold, we make up for in magical items.
Okay. What are we talking about?
Well, essentially, what do you need? It's a sort of a quid pro quo. You do something for us, we do something for you. You do something for us, we do something for you. You do something a little bit bigger, we give you something a little bit better.
It feels like everyone in Waterdeep is implying gold, but not delivering gold.
Oh, this would be the gold would not be the main focus. It would be magical items that we'd be able to help you out with.
See, I want to sell magical items. That's the whole idea of my business. So this is pretty good for me.
Why don't people just give each other gold? Why do you have to?
You see the black staff look at you, Waywocket, like, this would not be a for-profit. This would be magical items we expected you to use.
Oh, I see. Well, okay. Well, yeah. Sparks and Sprockets, my uncle's company. It's what I came up in.
It's a terrible way to go, by the way.
Well, I mean, we still don't know. The jury's still out. Hopefully one day we'll find out. But I came up under his system. I'm looking at maybe making my own mark in the common magical items industry. Why I joined up with you.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's put it this way: the items will be on loaner, and that any items you acquire along your way, feel free to do whatever you wish with.
I see.
So you said there was little monetary compensation, but what is the little monetary compensation?
Well, it's a series of tasks and kind of tester ideals of see how much we align with. The first one would be there's a monk on the mountain inside Waterdeep. He's been having some visions about threats to the city, and we simply ask you go ask him what they are and report back to me of what he tells you.
Why don't you ask him yourself?
Well, because this is why we wish to test out new potential recruits and see how trustworthy they are.
How much gold will you give us?
Well, it won't be a monetary reward, but it'll definitely be something of value at the end.
What?
See a magical item or two if you need them.
Have some faith in the Blackstaff.
We don't screw over people.
It's just as silly as Shabu Bash Shabu, frankly. I mean, lauded.
So if you wish to be interested, then we can give you the directions to where he is on the mountain. It's not an easy journey, but it is. It is essentially a test of trust.
We'll be back by nightfall.
Oh yeah, it will depends how long it take on the mountain, but yeah, easily.
I mean, I'm into this.
Alvin and your ghost are working on the place. In theory, by now.
All right.
We could meet a monk. What's his name or her name?
His name is Halam.
Halam. What kind of order is he part of?
He's part of his own order. He's walking his own path right now.
You'd like that then. Don't look so blue, Yozev. This is gonna be great.
Not as great as lighting that troll on fire.
Well, it might be.
We don't know yet. I mean, the night's young. The day is young.
Yeah, it's still early morning. It's still like 9.
It is very young. Like a toddler.
The morning is like a toddler.
Speaking of the morning, as you may have noticed, my friend Amalica here has, more night-focused eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Anything you could help us for our journey today?
Well, we don't have anything particular on hand. We don't deal with you don't see many dark elves inside a place as sunny as this. There's not really a place to accommodate, but I'd imagine some type of maybe snow blindness goggles. Like it would not be the best. I don't know how much it would help, but at least it's hard to say. It's essentially you'd have to probably have something crafted specifically for.
Yeah.
So you're saying out of all your wondrous magical items, you don't have anything that is like glasses?
Oh, we have glasses, but nothing that would protect her from the sunlight.
Sounds pretty non-magical to me.
Oh, there's also the issue of trust. With Amalica is still very new and unregistered, by the way.
Oh yeah, I was hoping to breach that topic.
Well, consider the topic now breached.
So it would mean a lot to me if you guys could just register with the guild.
What does that entail?
5 gold. And should the city become under attack, we would prove our bravery by defending it.
Okay, so what do I get out of it?
Actually, what is the punishment for?
You get essentially, so that Waywocket explains that anyone else who's part of the guild, which is usually people who make magical items and potions and whatnot, is that they then sell you those items at cost.
Okay.
They're cheaper than what they'd normally be for people not in the guild. But
it's nice discounts.
But if
in the club,
if it's essentially you're kind of like part-time cops that if you ever get called upon by the Blackstaff, you have to go, or it's strongly advised you go, or they kind of give you the boot.
Okay, and I'm gonna guess this feels like something I can't quit.
No, you can quit, but you just no longer receive the benefits or protections thereof.
Okay.
We're not forcing you to register, but it's helpful to know who all the magic users are. And given Waterdeep's history over the years, we've had some pretty serious incidents, and we'd very much like to keep magic users known so that if any trouble is caused, we can A, deal with it, and B, prevent it before it happens.
Blackstaff, I have maybe a proposal. Could maybe part of our working with Halam here be maybe a entry fee for my friends?
Entry fee?
Into the guild.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check.
That's 10 in total.
It's like, I think let's have you talk to Halam first, and then we can talk about the fee.
All right. I think that's a good compromise.
All right. Well, let's go do the thing.
All right. You turn around, you see the teleport rune is lit up on the floor for you. It's like, foosh, foosh, foosh. So you all come down to the little nook, and sure enough, just slightly, actually close to the yawning portal, is the mountain of Waterdeep.
Oh wow, they like teleport. Oh, they gave us a little shortcut. See, the black stuff isn't so bad, guys.
That remains to be seen.
Yeah, there is a mountain in Waterdeep. It's not like it's barely qualifies as a mountain. It only has snow on it during the wintertime. It's just essentially a giant hill. But it's part of the feature. It's part of the landscape inside the city.
Okay.
Let's hoof it.
Yeah, and she did give you a small little parchment of like just the directions of essentially it's like go up, go left, follow this path. But as you make your way up, you notice that you start your climb up. The path is there, but there's no like guardrails. It's not like an official path. It's kind of just like if you wish to go trekking, this is your way. But as you turn around the corner, just the full wind off the ocean hits you all right in the face, and we're going to go into a bit of a skill challenge now, dealing with the cold.
I've got layers.
I will need everyone to give me a Constitution save, please.
What do we roll for that?
D20.
D20, and add your Constitution save number.
Uh-oh.
My
What's the Constitution? 4? Oh, yeah, 4. So 7.
7.
I don't see what my Constitution. Saving throws.
Yes.
3, 9.
9.
It is a total of 9 for me. Also,
Ooh.
I feel cold.
You were all taking 3 levels of exhaustion.
Holy fuck.
Right away, the water, the snow, the spray off the ocean almost freezes you in place. You're like, oh, as you begin to make your way up the spirals.
Fresh my memory. What's the level 3?
Wait, yeah, I don't know what this means.
Okay.
Explain.
So on your first level of exhaustion, you have a disadvantage on all your skill checks. The second level is your speed is halved, so you slow down. And the third level is you have disadvantage on all your saves and attacks.
Oh, good. So we're at disadvantage for everything right now, everybody.
But it's as soon as you turn the corner and you hit the open side of the mountain that just faces right, and like whoosh, immediately you see frost and any type of water condensation that was on your clothes, it begins to icicle up, like little clumps of white snow begin to form.
Mimicking reality.
Yeah, it's very, very much Toronto weather right now. And it's just, you notice that it's the front of this mountain. And maybe this is why the Black Staff asked you to go anyways, because you are now switchbacking up and like left to right on this mountain that just faces the coast.
This is awful. I take back some of the things I said about the Black Staff. I'm less a fan now.
We could be at the yawning portal having drinks and getting money.
I still feel like I'd rather be here. This is awful, but I just have a real bad feeling about that other one.
You do see a cave with some campfire smoke coming out of the top of it. You see like a small little glow. As you make your way up, you guys are just caked in ice and snow. You kind of slap your shoulders and like clumps of snow and frost and muck just drop down the side. And at the back of the cave, you can see what appears to be a jug of water, a small bed, a small fire, and this old man in just leather shorts sitting in the lotus position with like almost like castaway Tom Hanks, like scraggly gray hair and a gray beard, and he's just sitting in this trance, and his eyes are rolled up into the back of his head.
Okay, well, he's either the monk or a crazy person because he has shorts on. So
yeah, I could definitely use some heat by the fire, though. I think we should get in and see if we can just warm up a little bit.
Yeah, as soon as you get close to the fire, it feels immensely warm, but you notice that the heat isn't coming off of the fire, it's coming off of the man in the lotus position.
That's crazy.
You can also immediately drop 1 exhaustion level as well.
Oh, thank goodness.
So now we're at 2?
Yeah. So this one no longer disadvantaged for everything. I feel bad about asking this guy something, but so I'm just gonna whisper, "Halam."
You see his eyes snap back, and he's got these ice cold, just icicle, like Arctic blue eyes, like late iceberg blue eyes. And you see him go, "Who seeks the advice of Halam?"
My name is Waywocket Sprocket. Umpen Crampernap. Among my many names. This is my friend Yozev and Amalica.
Yozev, when you see Halam come snap back, you notice these strange kind of scribe marks begin to appear on his body. No one else can see this. This is just Yozev that sees this, and it's kind of like they flash between gold and black as you just see the scripture begin to wrap around his body. Mm-hmm. And he looks at you and said, you are the Pooh-Bah Shabu follower.
We are all the Pooh-Bah Shabu follower, brother, whether we choose to or not.
We are. He looks over at you, Waywocket. He's like, you are the nephew of the lost one.
Weird, but sure.
And he looks over at you, Amalica, and says, you are the daughter of something dark.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
So you've come to ask me questions.
The Black Staff sent us. She said you had some terrifying visions.
The Black Staff, always asking me about my visions. Always trying to tap me for information and resources. Why does she send her lowliest people after me?
Wow, that's rude.
That was a little rude, frankly, Halam. But
oh, big deal.
Yeah, I have to agree with Amalica. But it's a little bit of a test. She's my boss, kind of through the guild, obviously. But I also live in Waterdeep currently, and so if there was any terrible calamity, I would like to avoid it.
Give me a persuasion check. Made with disadvantage because of your snowy exhaustion, unfortunately.
Oh, that was a level... Oh, all skill checks are level 2 still, so you're right. My voice is shaking. Well, still pretty good. It's a 14.
Mm-hmm. He says, very well. I'll consult the flows and waves of energy, and I will tell you a message. As you see him snap back, you feel kind of like this vibe of energies pulse off. The heat begins to warm up a little bit. You lose another exhaustion level. As you see his hair begin to frizzle out a little bit, and his voice kind of echoes and booms.
Am I seeing more symbols?
Yes, the symbols are now crawling across his skin at a faster rate, and they're flashing at a higher rate as well.
Could I do a religion check on that?
Yes.
10.
10. It's not script you can read, but you've seen it before on edifices and stone kind of like temples and altars to the Pooh-Bash. You've seen that script, like I said, you've seen that script before, and it has had that glowy effect. This is the first time you've seen it off the island. Mm-hmm. As you see him snap his head back, it's kind of like that architect matrix type, very monotone type of speech, where he says, the mother's choice must be decided. The Dark One fears something not of this realm. An evil's twin hides its face for now. Expect that to change before winter's end. As he snaps back into it, and you notice the amount of scripture and glowing runes on his body calm down and stop moving as fast as they were before. It's like, there's your message for the Black Staff.
Monk, these runes on your body, what do they mean?
He looks in and he's like, I see no runes on my body.
Your body was crawling with runes, right?
It still is to you, and Waywocket and Amalica, you can't see it either.
He has weird thoughts sometimes.
I'm going to roll for insight to see if this guy is lying. It's a 10.
It looks like he's telling the truth to you. You can't see the runes.
Sorry, my writing is not very fast. Can you tell me what the second prophecy line he had there?
The Dark One fears something, but it's not in this realm.
Okay. Well, yeah, cool. Thank you.
It's like, there's your message for the Black Staff. Please take it back to her.
Well, I'm really sorry. Really sorry to bother you there, Halam. Good luck with the visions. Hope we didn't offend.
No offense taken. Please be careful on your journey back. Please warm yourself up by the fire as well.
Yeah, actually, I could use a level of exhaustion off myself.
Yeah.
You do spend a couple of minutes with him. He goes back into his meditative state, and you do feel the warmth radiating off of him as you lose your last level of exhaustion off of him.
Oh.
This guy's paying off.
I guess he's living in a cave. That's a thing.
He's a monk. Does weird monkey things. As you do notice that as you walk out of the cave and walk back down the mountain, that the warmth that he's kind of radiated off of you, you don't have to do a Constitution save to fight off the cold. It's still chill and brittle, and bitter, but not punishingly so. You still feel resolved and warmed from the walk down. And you look at it, you can see the white caps of the waves being blown in towards Waterdeep. And you see that the mountain, either by nature or by manufacturing, acts as kind of like this windbreaker to stop it from hitting the rest of the city. And you're like, oh, that's why this is here.
A very smart civil design.
As you make your way around back to the mountain, you're at the bottom. You're closer to the Yawning Portal than you are the Blackstaff Tower right now.
Should we swing by the Yawning Portal and have a drink? Maybe see what other offers are on offer.
Look, I don't want to bust your bubble or not have you self-actualize or whatever you do in the cult, but I don't feel like we should be associating ourselves with Daffodil Starsong. I think it's a bad idea to be seen with him at all.
I also just feel like they might harbor some, I don't know, resentment. Like, I strongly do not want to be associated with them in general, and then there's the resentment thing.
Well, can we go to the Yawning Portal and have a drink anyway? Because we do it all the time.
I actually could use a little bit of an edge off.
Maybe circulate some news about the Winter Shield party.
I mean, I think that's a little premature at this moment.
No,
but
we gotta tell everybody about the Winter Shield party.
This is a bad plan.
If you can keep your hype in check, I'm down for a drink, but don't mention the party yet. We need to get a little bit more groundwork done, I think.
Fine.
And just if you're wondering for character-wise, you guys have actually helped out the Zentaremes quite a bit.
Right.
Yeah,
Do we know that, though?
I think you would, because you struck a blow against the Xanathar's Guild. So
Oh, yeah, mixing everything up then.
that's all right. You can still feel that way. It's just to let you know that
I still feel like,
you did the Xanathar, you did the Zentaremes a solid.
Yeah.
And you did the knife a solid as well.
I don't want that.
Look, we're just going to go there. We're not going to make contact. We're just having a drink, talking to our friend Durnan, seeing if he's still awake. How much is that guy working a day?
Actually, give me a history check. Amalica, you can give me a history check as well.
I caught the die at least.
Nice.
14.
14?
It's an even 20 for me, not natural.
Wow.
Yeah, you both know, to your knowledge, you've never seen Durnan sleep or take a day off.
Eh,
I mean,
when you love what you do, I guess you just keep going.
yeah, until you die.
If he can, he might not be able to.
Well, I guess we'll always have a place to drink then.
Good point.
It's true. It's a great place to drink. So you guys make your way to the Yawning Portal. Again, the big open hole. As soon as you walk in, people immediately recognize you, kind of give you the nod and the cheers.
Yes, it's us again. You're heroes.
I give a sheepish wave.
You do see a familiar female half-orc off in the corner as she nods to you and notices that she's standing in a table next to it'd be Yagara. You saw her get in the fight earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and she is next to as I haphazardly.
Yagara, Stonefist, half-orc mercenary. Want to arm wrestle? Hope you're stronger than you look. No, we are all so weak.
As you see an elf sitting in the corner drinking some fine wine as Yagara kind of nudges his feet with her elbow and points you out as soon as you walk in the door.
Well, I don't think this is good.
Let's just go to the bar and have a drink, see what happens.
You go up and Durin's like, "Oh, what can I get you? How was your first night in Trollskull Manor?"
Well, it's haunted.
Yeah, that is accurate.
It's haunted.
Yeah, I'm probably going to do him as a gruff accent because I can't do the English accent anymore. It's like, well, I'm pretty sure it's kind of the secret joke we were all keeping from you. We didn't want to, spoil the surprise.
I mean, it's a pretty friendly ghost as far as ghosts go. What do you know that we don't?
Oh, that's Liff. Yeah, Liff was great. Liff loved his job. He loved that place.
Started out a little iffy, and then better. It got better.
Well, his one thing Liff dedicated his life to is serving drinks and helping people out.
Wow.
It'll be fine. We'll put him to use.
See, I have an idea of like a community space that's like a half bar, half store. He didn't seem very keen on it.
He just wants a full-on tavern. That's always been that's what Trollskull Manor was too.
I feel like buildings evolve with the city.
Yeah, unfortunately, ghosts do not.
Yeah,
They're kind of stuck in their ways.
I kind of feel like bad exercising them, but we'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean,
if we're gonna keep the rats,
hey, the rats are part of nature. Rats are everywhere creatures are.
yeah. Well, our ghost is everywhere in our home.
I mean, he's one of the well-known ghosts of Waterdeep. I mean,
yeah. I feel like I like him.
I do have a bartender bias, but he was a good elf when I knew him.
Wait, when was he alive, Durden?
Oh, a couple 100 years ago.
That's real weird, Durden, frankly. I mean, how old are you?
A gentleman never tells.
Well, that's hardly an answer.
It's the answer you're getting. The answer you're getting, Sonny.
I mean, I'm in my hundreds, but
that's good. You look good for your hundreds.
Thank you.
So now that we know that he exists, you got any tips for dealing with him?
Just treat him like a bartender. He just wants to keep serving drinks.
All right.
If you bring the place back to its old former glory, he'll be as happy as a pig in shit.
Oh, I forgot to tell him that Alvin was coming over. I hope he's very nice to Alvin. Alvin is pretty nice, though.
Alvin just in the corner.
Just like a brief cutaway.
He'll figure it out. Alvin's very resourceful.
As long as he didn't try and burn it down.
You do feel a large presence behind all three of you as you turn around and see this large half-orc.
Yeah, I just feel like this was not a good idea to come here.
Hello.
Hello. My compatriot wishes to talk to you.
Yeah,
You should accept that offer.
I mean, we're here at the bar. They can come on over.
Buy us a drink.
He has wine at his table. It's good wine. Not fancy wine you burned the other day, but it's good wine.
How does
I'm
everybody
taking
know?
a drink of the water.
How does everybody know exactly what we did?
I feel like it might have something to do with our friend here
Yeah, you
announcing.
see the big green finger points over to you. So he is very good at spreading the word.
I told everyone, even people I didn't know.
Whole bar paid attention.
I mean, you're a very good hype man, but
that's why you hired him.
Yeah, you really did this.
it's a disaster of my own making. All right. I mean, it's rude to refuse a drink, Amalica.
I just feel like this is a bad plan.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna get out of here after one drink.
It's just the Zentrim, one of the richest factions in game lore right now. They got a couple of towers. They got a couple stuff. It's not bad. They're fine. They like snakes.
It's like bad adjacent.
But it's not bad. It's just next to bad.
I guess. But for the record,
All
I
right.
still feel strong.
Darren, if this goes sideways, I'm hoping that you're gonna, help your best customers here.
Oh, you're not my best customers.
I mean, come on, we helped you with that troll, literally.
I was doing okay with the troll.
Oh,
Well, the next troll that crawls out of the hole, you can deal with yourself.
You know what? It may save me another bottle of wine.
That's really okay.
It was expensive.
Well, next time you're on your own.
It's like I thank you for the help, but don't burn the merchandise to fight a troll.
Well, then don't leave it lying around.
We're in a bar. It's what booze does here. It just lies around.
Then you hide the good stuff.
Well, then how do you sell the good stuff? You gotta have fancy adventures with lots of money. Like, I want the good stuff.
You tell the people who look like they have money. We don't look like that.
No, and you took it.
You denied it.
This is actually some good advice for us when we run our own bar. Frankly, this is good. This is good information.
Yeah, he's like, get a lock for your booze.
Yeah. Good idea. I hope also you don't mind, Durden, that we're thinking about maybe reopening the.
Oh, you're in the North Ward. That's a whole bunch of districts away from me.
All right. Well, maybe we could do some kind of like co-promotion thing.
No, I don't do that.
Yeah, well, like maybe
I've got my own rep. This is where people come for the dangerous adventures. And again, I'll do a side apologies to your uncle one more time, but this is where the adventures come. If you want a party, I'll say go up to Trollskull Manor. If you want,
that's what I'm saying. Co-promotion.
All right.
A little in kind. It's scratching backs.
Yeah, well,
I mean, I'll need a stool to get to yours, but
it's best not to keep the half orc waiting. In fact, I think that's just a rule we can all apply in general.
Oh, hey, sorry. By the way,
Like we go talk to Davu now.
Yeah, sure. This is what you wanted, Yozev.
It is. I said many times.
All right, but you aren't going to commit us to anything that we all don't agree on, right?
I'm just saying that I brought it up many times. You guys said no many times, and now it's happening anyway. So maybe it's time to stop fretting so much and trust in the path of the Poobah Shabu.
No, I don't think so.
Let's buy him a drink.
No, he's buying us a drink.
Let's let him buy us a drink.
You're terrible at this.
You make your way over to the elf. He takes his feet off the table. You see Yagara kind of like posts up and acts as security around it. He's like, yes, come on in, gather around. Look at all my darlings here. Look how wonderful you all. Look how spry and adventurous you all are. I've heard so much about your adventures.
I'm just going to stop and interrupt you here and say straight off the bat that this one over here doesn't speak for us.
That's all right. But that's a great philosophy to have, because I believe actions speak louder than words. And I've seen what you've done for the Zentarim. He kind of like brushes his hair back and pours himself another glass of wine. He's very, very, very fine, kind of like black and silver clothes and a robe. He says, I do represent the Zentarim, and we're kind of trying to take it in a new direction. Everyone thinks we're assassins and spies and soldiers for hire. And
Yes.
we are. But we are trying to branch out with our vast amounts of wealth and resources and real estate. We'd very much like to be a Zentarim for the people. A Zentarim that cares and wants to see productivity and progress happen in the streets of Waterdeep.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
Well, we do have some positions open for some adventure types who do like to tangle with the knife and the Xanathar's Guild. We saw what you did, or heard about what you did, sorry.
Uh-huh.
It was wonderful. You stuck it to those 10 and freaky-eyed bastards quite well. We have an offer for you. We offer you a spot in the Zentarim's Guild. And we also have word that someone is killing elf and half-elf sailors down in the dock wards. Now, the Zentarim is trying to prevent this. We want an equal Waterdeep. We want a place where everyone is welcome to live in Waterdeep. If you can find the person who is decapitating all these elves and half-elves, we will pay you in money, we pay you in magic, and we'll pay you in status.
Don't say anything, Yozev.
And again, I would like to preface that if he does say anything, it is not on all of our behalves.
I'd just like to say that we'll do it. And also, what about your elf brethren?
I mean, my elf brethren are great. That's awesome. But also,
I feel no animosity. You are a dark elf. You are here for whatever reasons brought you, whatever path you've taken or were set on. I feel no animosity between us. I feel we are all elf. We are all humanoid together. And that a city like Waterdeep is a place where all this can flourish.
He's so much nicer than that unmarried woman in that tower.
Oh, you've been to the Blackstaff.
Sure, we went there today.
All right.
Oh,
you
jeez, all
just-
right.
We went on a quest.
boy.
We met a monk.
Oh, boy.
God.
It was
Alright.
bracing.
You know what? I think he needs a drink. That's what he's trying to tell you. We were promised beverages.
You
It's
see,
true.
you see a very fine crystal glass of wine float into your hand, Yozev, and the bottle comes up and pours by itself.
It's fun.
Although, in retrospect, giving him more to drink might not be a good plan either.
It's like, oh yes, the Blackstaff, always so glum, so serious about protecting, does the air quotes, protecting the city.
Yeah, but aren't you sort of promising the same thing and like
But we'll be
things a
fun when we
little
do
bit?
it. We're just trying to make it so everyone's equal and fair. We're trying to put a new face on the Zentarim.
Okay, but that's like a lot of words. And how do you plan on upholding that after?
Well, by making sure that people are not killing other people based on race and values. Isn't that something we all strive for here in Waterdeep? We're trying to make a new and better Waterdeep.
Speaking of not friends and fun and not killing people based on race, we're planning a party to reopen
All
the
right,
manor.
take another
We're looking
drink.
for some-
Have a sip. Sip, sip, sip.
sip, sip, sip. Well, I wasn't supposed to talk about the not party.
Anything, really.
You know,
Nothing.
it's been a while since I've seen a party at Trollskull Manor. It would be good to relive the my early 200s.
Oh, well, good thing we have our first RSVP.
Yeah, well, look, there's still a lot of work to be done.
If you need help, by the way, the Zentarim can definitely help you out with the guilds and financing.
Oh, boy.
Uh,
In
well,
exchange for what?
Well,
I mean,
you may be required to do some tasks for the Zentarim, but we are not this evil black network that everyone claims that we are.
I actually I'm gonna do a little bit of a research. I'll do an insight check on that.
Do it up.
It's a 22.
Whoa.
He did not beat your score, but he believes he's telling you the truth.
Hmm.
He's fully sincere about trying to.
how much of a dummy is he?
You actually notice he's Amalica. Give me an Arcana check.
Okay. 12 plus 1, 13?
13. You notice that he did some type of either mage hand or something like that to float the wine glass to Yozev and pour the wine. So he is a spellcaster of some type.
Ooh, I'm going to use my mage hand to high five his mage hand.
You see,
All right, well-
yes, magic users unite.
No more wine for
Actually, in
you.
theory, most mage hands are visible. So he
Yeah.
might be an arcane trickster because those have invisible hands.
Oh, we couldn't see the mage hand.
No, it's also a bit dim, light, and dark. But
Okay,
you've
fair
got dark.
enough.
Yeah,
yeah.
you can see the outline of a faint hand.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. I gotta remember you guys all have dark vision.
Yeah, it's spectral.
Yeah, but you see the two hands. Pop. High five.
See,
So-
I just feel like this seems like something we can't get ourselves out of once we are in it.
Well, why would you ever want to leave this? Like, we are a very beneficial group. We help each other out all the time.
Davil, I came here out of courtesy. You knew my uncle, of course, and he,
I'm very sorry for your loss. By the way.
well,
That's a dangerous run to even think about putting together.
well, I mean, Joey's still out, hasn't been back for a while.
I mean, let's be honest. I mean, he's either on another plane of existence or he's dead.
well, I mean, other plane of existence, his things still belong to him. Don't
True.
steal my uncle's things. That's what I'm saying.
True. Has he been declared dead yet?
I don't believe our family has formally declared any kind of thing.
That's probably wise. It's probably wise. The taxes would be insane.
Well, yeah, don't get me started on those. Look, he got very far in business, as you know, by trying to not ally himself with any guild that...
Well, unfortunately, we're not a guild. We're an organization that has been around for thousands of years.
Yes, that.
Yes. Well, he kept his nose clean, as you know.
And we're trying, and I will not deny it. The Zentring has done some shady things in the past.
Yeah.
And we are trying to change that image and show that we are for a better society. You see him put his hand on his chest and is emphatically just, with every breath that he's taking, he believes what he's saying.
So here's what I'm going to tell you. We have a very busy docket lined up so far. We will take a look into these decapitations if we have time.
And like they're targeting elves and half elves. I mean, our young lady across the table here is probably in a fair amount of danger if we don't do something about this.
I mean, I'm not very strong, so I'm in a fair amount of danger all the time.
And it's not easy to take the head off of somebody. It is quite a difficult thing to do. And stay out of it, because you were in the dock ward. That's where most of these crimes happen. So I'd say focusing sailors, focusing people who don't know the cities, may walk into a back alley they don't know.
So I'm not making any promises, but I'm not making any not promises.
Oh, I'm not. Let's say it this way. I won't put a timeline on it, but if you happen to solve a common problem we have, let me know, and the Zentarim will reward you handsomely.
I feel that's more than fair. Can we get out of here now?
Yeah, let's go. I want to go.
Thank you for the drink.
Oh, and my dear, we are aware of what the knife has done. And if you ever need any information about that, the Zents would be more than happy to help clear some light on that messy little subject of yours.
Yeah, thanks. No thanks.
Like, if you want to find the people responsible.
I think right now I want to just go.
Fair enough, fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
But if that surge of vengeance ever rises up and you wish to strike while the striking's hot. I'm not good with metaphors, but if you wish to get revenge, the Zentarim we are an information network, and information is one of the currencies we deal with.
Well, I know where to find you in this
It's like
shady...
currency is also the currency you deal with.
Oh yes, we have many currencies. Favors, information, currency.
Well, again, thank you for existing in this shady booth, and we will find you if we decide.
Do you not love my lavish booth? And you see a bit of prestidigitation of like these little mini light fireworks going.
Oh, goody! That's fun.
It's not that shady. It's,
Did Durden give you this booth, or are you just here all the time?
I'm just here all the time.
Gotcha. Well, enjoy the drink. Thank you for the drink. And have yourself a good afternoon. What time is it right now?
It's probably about noon. It's probably about noon time.
All right,
Wow.
enjoy your day buzz.
I will very much. You see Yagar kind of step to the side and gives you a nod as you step outside.
My lady.
Everyone give me a perception check. Oof.
It's 12.
It's a 4 for me.
15. Amalica, you're the only one that hears it. She just kind of whispers under breath, I like him.
Bye.
So where are you guys making your way back to?
I was going to head back to the Blackstaff, yeah.
Yep. You make your way to the Blackstaff. She's sitting there writing some things at a desk. She has the registration forms for everyone to fill out for magic users within the city limits of Waterdeep. And you know she has 3 pouches sitting on her desk.
Okay.
The mother's choice must be decided. The dark one fears something not in reach. The evil twin hidden face for now, but will be revealed by winter.
You see, and this came from Halam.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not exactly verbatim. It's something like
There was no one else there.
And he wasn't lying to you, pulling your leg or anything like that. He hates having visitors.
he went into the trance. There was something about runes that Yozev saw, so it looked like a pretty legit vision to me.
I've never heard Halam deal with runes before.
They appeared all over his body. Symbols of the Puba Shabu.
That's the first I've ever heard of that.
They were invisible to my eyes also, but
Yeah, we didn't see anything.
Well, you've done as you requested, and I thank you for the messages. We will do some investigation, and please enjoy some of the rewards of working with the Blackstaff. And she hands you 3. Each of you get 3 small leather pouches, and they kind of jingle with sounds like a glass-like material. And as you open up, you notice you each have 3 potions of healing inside.
ooh.
For potions of healing, for those that know, is 4d4 plus 4 healing when you drink one.
I don't know.
44?
4d4. Yeah.
Oh, 4D. Okay.
40, no plus anything, just 4.
Plus 4.
Plus 4. Oh my gosh, that's actually pretty good.
What is it? 44
Yeah,
plus
that's
4?
like more.
Yeah.
Oh.
And you can drink it as a bonus action, or you can give it to somebody else as a regular action.
Do they drink it?
Well, yeah, you kind of
you
that's the action.
pour it
Force
down there.
Yeah, forcing it down their gullet.
So if we do join, how about waiving that fee for us?
Give me a persuasion check, Amalica.
Oh, I don't feel like I'm very persuasive, but okay.
I think you will be.
Yeah, you have a pretty high charisma score.
Oh, wait, yeah, maybe I will be. Okay, cool. 13 plus 5.
It's 18?
Yeah.
Says, well, you did go up the mountain on a winter's day. That was a bit cruel, and I apologize, but
Yeah, it was real rough, by the way. I mean, not that I'm complaining, of course.
I can waive the fee. I can definitely waive the fee.
Well, in that case, I guess we will join.
She
I will join. I don't know about you. So.
she pushes forward the registration forms for.
All right. Are you in on this too?
You know,
It's not going to cost you anything.
I think a very wise man said just hours earlier that the path to success in Waterdeep lies in not affiliating yourself with any particular group. So I think I will refuse.
Okay.
So
I'm
very
going to
well.
go ahead and sign up for now.
You see, as you finish the signature, the ink lights up with gold, and then to a deep scarlet red, and then to a black. It's like, very well. Thank you very much for joining.
I still have questions about this, but here we
Yeah,
are. It's done.
We're always here for answers to your questions. We are here to help. We are here for the protection of the city.
And if you want to know more about your magics, this is a great place to research and learn more.
After the Arcane Brotherhood left, this is the only place left to really study.
Where did they go, by the way?
They did not leave a forwarding address.
That's a little troubling, frankly.
It is a little troubling considering how much demon and devil summoning they used to do.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question for you before we go. How could we maybe, potentially better communicate with, maybe a ghost that inhabits our new home?
Oh, cleric is probably the best way. Just some ghosts are able to manifest and do physical communications. It depends on the ghost and how angry or their mood. The ghosts aren't usually vocal creatures. The symbols, actions.
We seem to. He has a purpose. He wants to work with us to make this place,
You should
I
work.
mean,
You should absolutely work with him
better.
then.
Okay.
mean,
So
go-
you think that he's not gonna, maybe, I don't know, murder us in our sleep or anything like that?
Are you talking about Liv?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, Liv. No, Liv just merely he lived to bartend, and I guess he unlives to bartend now.
He definitely was a little ominous when we got there. Like it was like a touch murdery. Like I'd just say it was just, like not quite like murdery, but like it was like a little bit murdery.
It may have been defensive. I mean, like if strangers walked into your house in the middle of the night and started turning on lights and flipping things over, would you not be a little aggressive to people you've never seen before in a place you've lived for hundreds of years?
That's actually pretty fair.
Okay. So, I mean, Waywocket here, for instance, wants to potentially exorcise him from the hall.
I mean, it's possible, but he is kind of a cultural fixture in the North Ward of Waterdeep.
Yeah, I'm getting that. He seems to be pretty popular amongst
He was
the
a
old guard.
he was a great bartender.
How
See?
old
It's
is
gonna be fine.
How old does the Blackstaff appear?
The Blackstaff appears in her 20s, and you know from history that she's a relatively new Blackstaff. Give me a history or Arcana check.
Those are actually the same roll for me. That's a 19.
Yeah, you know that the Blackstaff that she holds actually functions as kind of a library. Like the memories of all previous Blackstaffs connect to her, so she can call on the memories of previous Blackstaffs. And she's like, no, Liv
That's very
was
cool.
was pretty popular.
All right. So
How do I get my hands on that staff?
Just to go, you become the Black Staff,
Yeah.
which means I either have to die or pass it on, and I'm not willing to do either right
No,
now.
I also don't really want to be the black staff. I have my own ambitions.
It's a lot. It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, you seem like a lot responsible.
Well, there's one version of me. There's 5 other me around right now doing work.
we could utilize that.
Yeah, I'm very curious to interrogate that, but we should probably get going. We have
Amalica, you would actually just know off your Arcana. It's the spell called Simicarolum. Essentially, you make snow clones of yourself, and they go around and
Ooh, fun. We could use that.
it's a much higher level spell.
I was going to say, that doesn't sound like something that was on my charts.
Yeah, it's not a level 1 spell.
When you get up to level 8 spellcasting, you can actually class clone. You make a clone of yourself.
Good.
Cool.
So, like 10 million years from now for me.
Yeah, I also think that doesn't the clone spell also involve like the clone hates you no matter what?
No, that's all story. It's just you just
Okay.
make another version of yourself.
No worries. Yeah, we got a bot open. Is there anything else that you required of us today, Black Staff?
Well, as the needs arise, we will contact you in the future. Essentially, we will contact you as needed. Don't contact us.
Right, except for when I need to, purchase magical items for.
Oh, you can just do that to anyone who's a registered guild member.
Oh, I see. I thought you were like a distribution hub.
No. It's much easier to if they have the badge, then you can buy things at cost from them.
Oh, I got ripped off last night buying that
Plushy.
purple plushie from what's his name there?
Old Zoblob.
Old Zoblob.
I will have to have a conversation with him. He's a registered magic user, but he's not part of the guild.
Oh, that is...
He may have swindled you a little bit.
Quick question. Plushie. Like, anything coming off this for you?
She casts identify magic on it, and I was like, nope, it's a plushy beholder.
All right. Well, I gotta sleep with this tonight then.
I was like, very well. Welcome to the Magister's Guild, and hopefully we won't need to call on you for anything too dire.
I also hope that.
As you making your way back to Trollskull Manor.
Yeah, I think so.
As you make your way, you kind of hear screams coming from the inside as you see Alvin come running. Like, no!
Alvin. Hi, buddy.
And we're going to call it there. We'll see
Poor
you all.
Alvin.
Oh, poor Alvin.